Good morning, everyone. I am John from Just Homebrew, and today I'm going to have a live brew day. We're going to be brewing a Munich Dunkel, actually two Munich Dunkels. A buddy of mine's here. We're going to be brewing on an Anvil foundry. So really, we're going to brew a similar recipe, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be trying a few new things this brew day. We're going to be doing a step mash. I've never done a step mash before, so that'll be interesting. We're going to be raising the temperature 3 or 4 times through the mash. And we're also going to be trying to brew as quickly as possible today. We set up everything already. I have the strike water ready to go on both our anvils. Let me get this up here. So we have 2 anvils with the strike water ready to go, and I have all the grains already crushed. A quick run through of the grains I'll do in just a minute. But if you have any questions throughout this brew day, feel free to post them in the chat. When there's some little downtime, I will make sure to address any questions you guys have. Really, if you have any questions around the equipment, my process, feel free to go ahead and fire away. As far as the grain bill, this is the first time I'm brewing a Munich Dunkel, so this is going to be a little new to me. But the process is basically the same. I'm brewing other types of beer. One other thing I'm doing a little differently today is I'm going to do a full volume mash. I'm not going to be sparging out this Munich Dunkel. So that's a new part of my process I'm going to be giving a shot. Really, I'm just trying to simplify how my brewing process goes on this Anvil foundry. Check a few things. See, we have 2 viewers on. Welcome. Glad you could join us on this early Saturday morning. I was curious if anybody would jump on this early. For the schedule today, we're going to try to get done around 12:30. I do have a hard stop at around 1. I have to run off to my son's golf match today. Pretty excited to watch him play in a tournament. So I'm going to really try to wrap up this brew day around noontime today. To help speed up the brew day, if I run a little short on time, I'm actually going to throw the beer in my fermentation chambers. If you've seen other videos of mine, I'm going to be fermenting in a fermentation chamber, and I'm going to use that to cool down the wort. So that's another little change to my process I'm going to give a shot during this brew day. I really just to try to shorten the brew day as much as possible. All right. So as mentioned, I have my grains ready to go. A nice neat bag. I went to my local homebrew store and had all the grains crushed and weighed for this brew day. I really like doing that. I buy in bulk, but I also like the convenience of going to the homebrew store, rattling out the recipe that I put together and having them crush it and have it ready to go for this brew day. Quick run through of the grain bill. There in my Munich Dunkel, there's 2 different recipes. I have 9 pounds, 12.7 ounces of Munich malt, 1 pound, 11.3 ounces of dark Munich malt, 3.2 ounces of Victory malt, and 3.2 ounces of Carafa 1. So that's my grain bill. Matt, you want to jump over here real quick and talk about, or are you busy setting up your...
Why don't you give
All right. I'll introduce my buddy in just a minute. Matt. It's okay to call you Matt on YouTube Live? All right. And if you missed it, I'm John. John, and Matt will be brewing with me today. Did all the setup today. You just showed up right at 9 o'clock. And did you pick up the breakfast sandwiches?
I'm lucky to get out of bed.
Oh, no breakfast sandwiches. Okay.
We'll have to get that later.
No problem. I'm good to go. All right. A little bit more about the recipe. I have some salts. I'm doing a water profile. And if you've seen other videos of mine, I've started doing water profiles about a year or 2 ago. If you're new to home brewing, don't sweat the water profile. Just go out and get, water that's it basically doesn't have chlorine in it. But I have my salts from my water profile ready to go. And the hops. Oh, I didn't get the hops out yet. Did not do measure the hops. We'll have to do that right before the boil. The hops I'm using, where are the hops? 3.23 ounces of Hallertauer Mittelfrühe, and we'll be doing that at 60 minutes. So it's a real easy hop addition today, and that should put about 22 IBUs of bitterness in the beer. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, post them in the chat. Let me know if you're brewing today. Are you brewing anything? Are you crazy enough to be out this early on a Saturday morning like me? But I got David. Hey, David. Oh, geez, you're up at 2:30? 2 p.m. Bear with me. I don't have my glasses on. I can barely read it. But hey, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. I guess you're not brewing at 2 p.m. Well, I guess you could be brewing at 2 p.m. I try to get out a little earlier today because it's hot. I'm in Pennsylvania, and it's humid. So I usually don't brew with my garage door open, but I got the garage door open today, and could you wiggle that? Don't. Lost my preview here. There we go. Little technical difficulty on the camera, but that's solved. All right. Yeah, 2 p.m. Yeah, it's a little humid here in Pennsylvania, so we're going to try to wrap it up before it gets really hot. The weather's been just really hot. Last time we brewed, we had a live brew day. We were drenched. We brewed on my Herm system back here, and that was a hot day, so we're going to try to wrap it up a little early. Let's see here. Just make sure everything's still connected. Not brewing today. The other joys of shift work. Hey, David, quick question for you. How is the audio? Is the audio okay with you? Just want to make sure before I start moving forward with mashing in. Does it sound good to you? And thank you for testing for me. When do you usually brew, David? Are you an early morning brewer, late night brewer? Okay. Thanks for checking on me. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, hey, David, I'm going to go ahead and get the day started. I'm going to get my grains mashed in, the salts mashed in. I have a separate second camera here. Let's see. So I'm going to switch over here. So if you feel free to jump in a chat with any, like I said, any questions. I'm going to go ahead and mash in, and maybe you can talk about your grain bill while I'm mashing in. Hold on, let me set up this so it's a split screen. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'll go ahead and mash in, and I have to get the step mash going. So for the step mashing, I'm going to do a protein rest at 126. I'll have to look at my notes, but we'll do 15 minutes at 126, 30 minutes at 130 something, and then another 30 minutes at 152, and then we'll mash out.
Okay. Do you know where that other little bag of grain went? The little black bag?
It's all in the keezer. Yeah. Yeah, 7 a.m. I would have started at 7. I was out here 7 just trying to get all the camera equipment and everything kind of set up. Filming yourself definitely adds a little bit more complexity to your brew day, but trying to get it down so it's easier and get more content on the channel. But anywho, I'm going to hand it over to Matt. He can introduce himself, talk about his grain bill. I'm going to go over to this Anvil all-in-one, mash in. And David, if you've, let us know what kind of equipment you brew on. If you have any questions on the Anvil, I've brewed on this for a few years now. I really like the all-in-one systems. They're pretty cool and easy to work with. And I'll get it started and hand it over to Matt for a minute.
All right, there we go. Morning. So years ago, I went to Germany. My brother lived in Germany and worked for the government over there, and I got a Koenig Ludwig Dunkel, and it was really good. I asked the guy for the mug, and he actually gave me the mug, and it's still in my my kitchen at home. So we were talking about some different beers to brew, and we decided to do this beer. So my grain bill is, so it's 5 pounds of an American red, so it's a wheat. Then it was 3 pounds of German Pilsner, 2.5 pounds of German Karamunich 3, and then half a pound of German Karamunich 1. And when I was doing it at the beer store, the guy said that's going to be a little light. So he suggested to add about 1/4 pound of Carafa 1. So that's this stuff that's really dark, and it's going to make it a nice brown color, almost like a brown ale. So the hops that I'm using, if I can read this here, it's a little different than what I've used in the past. I've actually never used this particular hop, and it is Hersbrucker. So it's about 3 ounces of Hersbrucker, and for this particular Dunkel, they want you to put an ounce of Chinook as a dry hop, but I'm not thinking that I'm going to do that. So that's it for me. Oh yeah, I got some rice hulls too. So hopefully that will keep things going in the mash.
Totally forgot about this. I'm glad you brought that up. Glad you bought some too.
So I think we're gonna go over and throw some grain in. Goodness.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. Drinking all that last night.
Alright, so I didn't run the Santa Clean through this pump. I just washed it at home, but I'm guessing I should run some Santa Clean through it.
You know, I wonder if I need a rice hull since it's a full volume mash. Probably I don't need that. Oh well, give it a shot.
Yeah, I gotta get this thing to run. It's probably okay. I'm gonna boil it anyway.
Oh yeah, hey David. Yeah, I also, I don't know if you caught other videos of mine, I also have a 3-pot electric brew system, and I also have those DIY electric panels. Yeah, I love brewing on that system. Did you build you home built control panel? Yeah, those My control panels were, yeah, they were fun to build. A challenge, I didn't even know how to wire them before I started. But it's amazing what you can do with a little research. You can put together almost anything.
Rice holes as you mix it in?
Yeah, I put about a half a pound. I've kind of landed on about a half a pound per 5-gallon batch. Yeah, what I'm talking about is with these Anvil systems, I generally add rice hulls to the mash to help it circulate and create a little space between the grains. And it just helps with the circulation of these all-in-one systems. But yeah, I'll talk a little about what I just did. I just mashed in, and the first mash step is going to be for 15 minutes. Let me get my timer going. So from what I understand, this is your protein rest. So you're stabilizing all the grains so you can get the most out of your grains. So in the past, not the past, but from what I understand, the main reason for step mashing is to get the most sugars out of your grains, and also, one second.
Oh, it's on the side.
Yeah, it's on the side.
Yeah.
And also create complex sugars to create, a rich flavor in the type of beer you're brewing. So it's all new to me. I generally just do a single infusion mash, either 150 to 155, and yeah, the step mash will be new to me. So what I did is I mashed in, and we're gonna let that go for 15 minutes, and it looks like, can't quite see on my screen, but I'm shooting for 122 for 15 minutes, and then after that, we'll raise it up to 148 for 30 minutes, and then for another 30 minutes we'll do 156, and then since I turn this, every time I raise my hands it automatically starts to record. I don't want that. Here we go. This gimbal I have is pretty cool, but you got to be careful. It recognizes hand signals as you're trying to film yourself, and it's recording on the camera this morning for whatever reason. But where was I? So we're going to do 30 minutes at 156, and then I'll just crank up this Anvil to 168 for my sparge. And since this is a full volume mash, I'm just going to lift. There's a basket inside the Anvil. I'll lift the basket out, and I'm just going to let it drain out back into the Anvil system. Matt, you're going to do a sparge, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, you're sparging. So I have some sparge water back here for Matt ready to go when he sparges. And what that means is he's just going to, he has, what do you have, 4 gallons in your Anvil, something like that?
Whatever you put in.
Whatever I put in, okay.
Yeah, I don't remember what you put in.
So in my Anvil, I have around, oh, hey, see ya, David. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Sorry to have some shift work today, but feel free to check out the video. I'll have it posted after I'm done, and you can skim through it if you like. But thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah. So the one difference in how Matt and I are brewing, he's going to be sparging, so he has about four gallons in his Anvil, and when he's done with the step mash and mashing out, he's going to lift the grain basket, but he has to put additional water into the Anvil, basically sparging out and rinsing out all the grains. And this is a more efficient way, from what I understand, to mash. But he's going to do the sparge. I'm going to do the full volume and just let it drain. When I designed this Munich Dunkel, I did design it so the grain was a little on the high side. So I shot for, what was it? At the high end of an ABV scale. So I was shooting for 1056. If I settle into 1052, that just means the amount of potential sugars that could be converted into alcohol throughout the fermentation process. So if I have a lower, since this is a full volume mash and I have a lower efficiency, I'm still going to be in the range of a Munich Dunkel. All right, if you are just hopping on the live stream, I am John. I have my buddy here, Matt. We are brewing. What do you need?
I'm just waiting.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We're brewing a Munich Dunkel, and we're gonna be hanging out here for a few hours. So stay for a few minutes or stay for the whole thing. Ask any questions in the chat. Be happy to answer them if I know it. I don't know everything about homebrewing. I know a lot about equipment and how different equipment is used. Basically, how you use equipment to brew. I have this all-in-one system. I have a electric Herms brewery. I brewed on every type of equipment you can think of, except for a professional setup. But I have a pretty good handle on how these systems work. So happy to answer any questions. Okay, you're gonna have to start your own timer because I have this going and I have 10 minutes left in my first rest.
Well, I don't think I'm at 131. What do I have to do?
All right, let's take a look here.
And did I put my phone down? Yes. 15 minutes? Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes.
So set your timer. That was your strike water. Set that to 123.
Yeah, it's not going to get down to 123 though.
Yeah, mine hasn't gone down either.
If you have cold water, you throw cold water in there.
Just gonna roll with it. Just do 130. All right, if you just saw me adjusting that little lever on the side of my Anvil, let's see if you can see that in the picture. Well, it wasn't exactly in the picture. That's my one gripe about these systems is that it's really hard to control the flow of when you're recirculated during mash. And what I mean by recirculating mash, that this system recirculates the wort through the grains throughout the entire mash.
Is this on the camera?
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, thanks, Matt. So if you look at Matt's kettle, that he's recirculating the wort through the grains. And the one thing that drives me crazy, that little, you have to move it over a little bit more. That little attachment, it takes a while to set that when I'm brewing on my system, but once it's set, it's okay. But getting the right flow, and if you can see Matt's flow, tilt that looks good. I would have maybe added a little bit more. But the idea is to have enough flow to go through the system and not clog your pump. The pumps that come with the Anvil systems you got to be careful. They'll clog quickly if you get a lot of grains going through the system. Yeah, if you check that first cabinet, I should have some stuff. Oh, you have to add your salts. Throw that in there and mix them in good.
Is this everything?
That's everything. So a little rundown of the salts we're using. We're using gypsum, salt, calcium chloride, and baking soda. It sounds like a pretty balanced malt flavor profile to me. All right, we have 6 minutes left on this first first rest of the step mash. And one update to my brewery, I was always looking for a way to organize these salts, and I found these little plastic containers and these little plastic cups with lids, and these have been working out great. They organize all the salts I need for the brew day, and you can put the top on and seal it up nicely so the moisture stays out. The little things around the brewery that makes it easier. That's what I always think about. You just gonna dump them right on the top?
That's what it did.
Yeah.
Wash them down. 1, 2 chunks.
You know, if I was really sophisticated, I would start taking pH readings, but I haven't done that yet. Something I'd have to add to my process, start to monitor all the pH levels to get the most effective mash you can. But you know what? I've got enough stuff going on. We'll tackle that in another video. Hey, Gnome, thanks for showing up. Yeah, it is a nice early brew day. This might be the earliest brew day we've had in a couple years. We usually brew in the afternoon.
There was once we set it up because we
Oh, yeah.
6:37.
That's right. There was an earlier one.
But this is,
Hey, Blackwoods, or Blackwood Brews. Hey, nice to see you. Yeah, good morning. We're going to try to knock this. If you guys just joined, we started around 9 o'clock, and we're going to try to knock this brew day around, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3.5 hours. That's what I'm shooting for. I'm introducing some new things to my process. I'm doing a full volume mash, which I'm going to eliminate the sparge with this Anvil system. Never done that before, so that'll be new for me. And what else am I doing? A step mash. The step mash is new for me. So what are you guys brewing today? You know, I jumped on the video conference that you guys have been on Wednesday, and I was about to dial in. I fell asleep. I totally fell asleep right before everybody jumped on, so I'm going to make sure to catch you guys next Wednesday. And actually say something this time. Last time I was on that video feed, I didn't say a thing, so I'll have to make sure. Man, a lot of people are working on Saturdays.
yeah.
Sorry you're working. I have to confess, I took yesterday off. I took yesterday off, so this is 2 days in a row I haven't had to work, and I went golfing with Matt. We went golfing at a local golf course. We're trying to take advantage of the summer days before they go away. Well, Blackwood, I hope you're not working too long today. And I would ask, what's everybody drinking? I guess that would be pretty daring if you were drinking a beer this early in the morning. I'm drinking coffee. Might have a beer around noontime. All right, let's check on. Okay, we have 3 minutes left in the first rest.
Yeah, they both only are at 1:30.
Yeah, I guess we
A little too hot.
Yeah, what do you call it? I can't even think right now. The strike water was too hot. We probably should have gone in at probably 129 instead of 132, since it's so dang hot out today.
I'm sure that water's not going to cool down quickly.
Oh, nice. Iced coffee. That would probably be a good call. It's starting to get hot in this garage. I'm in my garage. We've got the garage door up, and I have the anvils at the end of the garage. Because I think once I start boiling 2 anvils in here, it's going to get really hot. You're already soaked.
I did drip a little water on myself, and I am sweaty.
Yeah. One thing I want to add to these anvils, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not, but these condensers, I want to throw one of these condensers on the Anvil, and I think that'll help out with the steam, and I don't have to open the garage door. No, I was actually going to head up north to see my folks this weekend, but I have a few things. They live up your way, but I had a few things to take care of. My son's playing in a golf tournament this weekend, so I had to stick around town to see him play. All right. Let's see here. We have 1 minute, so what I'm going to do, we'll go to the next step mash. We're going to raise it to 148 for 30 minutes. So we'll get that done right now. These systems are just so easy to brew on. I'm not, Anvil doesn't sponsor me. I use a lot of their stuff. And in fact, I've never talked to the companies before, but comparing that all-in-one to brewing on this, it's night and day in terms of complexity. It's like this, you just set it up and you go. This is much more complicated. Love brewing on it though. It's fun. You have to dedicate an entire day to brew on a system like what's sitting behind me. All right. I'm done with my first rest. All right. I caught a few videos of yours, Noam. What kind of system? You have like a full all-in-one fermenter. You kind of do everything in one vessel. That's got to be an easy system to brew on. He's got it. I'll have to shoot you a video, but he's got that's just a big fermenter, and he boils and does his boil. I don't know if
Is it what a bright tank is?
No, it's not a bright tank. It's an interesting setup. So what time do you get off work, Backwood Brews? So it's half over, so about noontime. I don't know what time zone you're in, but I would imagine it'd be noontime for us at least.
Definitely different colors.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
I think that Carafa 1 or whatever definitely gave me a more amber color. And this is not clear. That's getting there.
Oh, 11:30 in California.
We're in California.
Yeah, we're adding. Oh, probably shouldn't ask that on YouTube Live, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, Brew Hot. Yeah. I think I saw Brew Hot once. Yeah, I like interesting brew systems. One of the things I want to do on this channel, I think I do, is just introduce different systems of brewing. I like building systems, trying out new systems. What do we have? Like we did brew in a bag, the backyard brews, these electric systems. I'm thinking about converting another one into gas. We have a 1-barrel system that I'm going to introduce at some point on the channel. We're a little ways off from putting that together, but we have all the equipment. What's the idea? We're going to brew for high school graduations next year?
Something where you need a lot of beer.
11:30 in California. I thought we're 4 hours behind. 3? Yeah.
We're 3 hours
Ahead.
Yeah.
Ahead.
9:30, 10:30, should be 12:30 there.
12:30. Well, Blackwood Brew said it's 11:30. Your math is a little off. He's there. It is starting to get warm in here. Now we'll talk a little bit more about this brew day. So we've got the step mash going. I think this is going to be done quicker than we anticipated. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about during the live. We have 2 Anvil systems, but one's running on 120 and mine's running on 220. And what you just saw me adjusting on my Anvil, I've noticed that you have to dial back the power a little bit when you're doing your mash, or it tends to overshoot a little bit. But on the 120, you basically set it at 100% and it sticks there. But yeah, I have to play around with my percentage a little bit on the. I watch these hand motions. Turn that AI feature off. But comparing these two, the 220, if you can, is definitely the way to go. I mean, you can get up to temperature quicker. I think you can maintain the mash temperature a little bit more consistently. Maybe not. Maybe.
Yours went up immediately. Mine's going to take a while. What temperature? I got it at 148.
148, yeah. Give you a shot of what Matt's doing. So what Matt's doing on his 120 volt, he's done with his protein rest, and he's pushing the temperature up to, what did I say?
148.
148?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to hold that for 30 minutes. And the one on the right is the one I'm brewing on. That's 220. It took about a minute to push it up from 122 to 148. Oh, our math is way off. What do we think? It's 6:30 in California right now.
What? Oh yeah, it's early.
I haven't had all my coffee yet. Sorry, Backwood. That was terrible math. Matt and I decided to go have how many beers? Too many beers last night. It was a struggle getting up this morning. No, I had 4.
Yeah,
They were big boy beers. Yeah. So Backwood, I'm not thinking straight quite yet this morning. So sorry in that math. Back to what I was saying, the 120 does the job. But the 220, as you can imagine, it pushes the temperature up quicker. You can get a better rolling boil. I get that question a lot on some other videos of mine. Hey, how does it maintain a boil at 5 gallons? Matt's Anvil can get up to a boil, but it's not a rolling boil. Last time you did put the lid on it, but
It's a little bit better, but it's not like.
you don't want to do that though, because you're going to trap the DME or I think it's called.
What I did was I put the top on, but I took the recirculator thing out, so it left a little bit of air out.
DMS, not DME.
What's that?
You basically want to boil without the lid on.
Yeah.
So what I would do maybe, since his is 120. Oh, this is killing me. Gotta stop. Hand motion. Put my hands in my pocket. Maybe try putting the lid on halfway so the steam can escape and you can still maintain a boil. On my system, I have to dial the percentage back a little bit. The 220 can boil around 80 to 90%. I might have to push it up a little bit today since I'm doing a full volume boil. And for the boil, this is the simplest hop addition I think I've ever had. One hop addition,
Yeah.
a noble hop. It's going to create 22 IBUs. This is an interesting thing where I just started to get a handle of this a few years ago myself. But when you go to the homebrew store, when I went to the homebrew store yesterday, and I picked out my Hallertauer Mittelfrühe, the alpha acids was 2%. And let me see if I can explain this a little bit. When I put together my recipe in Beersmith, it takes a general description of the types of the hops you use. And I picked Hallertauer Mittelfrühe for my hops. But when I got to the beer store, or the homebrew store, I grabbed the Hallertauer Mittelfrühe, but noticed the alpha acids were a little off. And I've been adjusting this for the past couple years, I suppose. But what I had to do is I had to go back into Beersmith, adjust my alpha acids to make sure I hit the intended bitterness of the beer. So originally when I did the Beersmith, the bitterness would have been way low if I just went with the general settings of the 2% alpha acids, and that's the potential bitterness that the hops will produce in the beer. So I had to go back to Beersmith and adjust it, but it just took a little bit more of the type of Hallertauer Mittelfrühe hops that I had for this recipe. Blackwoods. I think I said backwoods. Blackwoods, I can barely see my screen. I probably should use my glasses a little bit, but I missed the L before. All right, when I use my Anvil at 120, I would put it halfway on also to get the rolling boil. The DMS will escape. Yeah, okay, so I think that's what you should do.
What's that?
Put the lid on halfway so it'll trap the heat in a little bit better. Last time you brewed on it, you put the lid completely on.
But I took the thing out, only let a little bit of the stuff out of the hole.
I guess that's a big debate that I've read a lot about, the DMS. We have such modified grains.
What's DMS?
It's like what flavor? It's like the popcorn butter flavor. If you don't get rid of it, it's a byproduct of boiling. But what you want to do is have the lid completely off, so all the potential DMS that you produce escapes.
Just a volatile.
Yeah. Blackwoods, did you? How long you've been brewing on the Anvil system for? Just curious, or I'll just say an all-in-one system. What's that?
The old fashioned.
Oh, the old fashioned.
Yeah.
The smoked old fashioned.
Whole one now.
Oh.
He just got married.
It's getting hot in here. That's why I changed to a dark shirt, so you can see me sweat. Yeah. All right, we have 19 minutes left on the step mash. Oh, 2019. So you've been brewing it on an Anvil or the all-in-one longer than I have. I think my wife bought it for me for Christmas. Probably, what do you say? A little after COVID?
3 years ago?
Yeah. I actually had it for a year and didn't use it because that's just about the time I finished the electric Herm system. I know, third world problems, right? But my wife was thinking about me, and she knows I like to homebrew. And I was looking at the all-in-one system, and she decided to pull the trigger on it one Christmas. And yeah, it sat in my basement for a good year.
You were going to sell it.
I was going to sell it because I have the Herm system, but one day I decided to pull it out, and it's great. I really like brewing on the all-in-ones. It's kind of like, what type of day is it? Do I have limited time to brew? I'll throw out the Anvil. We clean them in 30 minutes. Everything was clean. But if I have an entire day and I have Matt come over with a couple other friends and we're just hanging out in the garage, I'll fire up the Herm system. But holy cow, the Herm system takes hours to clean, it seems like. And it's heavy. You know, you got these big, heavy pots you got to move around and clean. And I do have some videos out there of how I try to make the cleaning a little bit easier. I have some trays I can put underneath the kettles that captures the water, and I have a drain system, but it does take more time to brew on that. And then it's a long day. How you doing, Matt?
All right, I'm at 145. It's actually heated up for this. It's really clearing up.
All right, I'll check out mine.
Yeah, you're at 148. I'm at 145.
That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm liking this full volume.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see, what one do I want? I'm gonna go grab some breakfast sandwiches. I tell you what, once you get it to your 30 minutes, why don't you run out and get breakfast sandwiches, and I'll hold down the fort.
We'll see. See if I can get there.
Hey, what's up, Brewing Bad? The brew day is going well. I started on time, which was my goal, to start at 9 o'clock. So far, we're mashed in. What's that?
The second mash temperature, how long?
30 minutes.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, counting down.
Yeah, so back to, the brew day is going well. No big mistakes yet. The biggest problem I had is my brand new scale doesn't work. I have two of these now, and the new one decided not to work, so I had to go back to the old scale. Thank God it worked, but to make the brew day a little bit easier, we had all the grains mashed at the Homebrew store yesterday. Didn't have to deal with that this morning. I'm a big fan of having somebody else crush the grains. I know it's kind of cheating, but it just makes the day so much easier. Hey, Blackwoods. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you in the chat, and we'll catch you later. But yeah, I had the scale issue. Overcame that though. The old scale worked. I was able to measure out all the salts for the water profile. We had the water ready to go. We used the timer feature on these Anvil, so we set the timer up last night. Mm-hmm. Strike water was ready to go when I went in the garage, and I was able to figure out how to do all this YouTube stuff. This is my second live day, and I'm still learning how to get everything set up and online and working. But yeah, why don't you take off and grab us some breakfast sandwiches?
We'll see. My head does not feel right. I gotta eat something.
Yeah, Matt, turn this back on. Yeah, Matt and I had a busy night last night. We had 4 big boy beers. And you're still feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I feel it too. But I have to be on. I have to be in front of the camera.
Yeah, I can't believe you're over at 6:30 this morning.
Yeah, Brewing Bad. I was up at probably 6 o'clock and just had to get everything ready for the shoot here. But yeah, things are going pretty well. I think we have 30 minutes left on the mash. And just to bring you up to speed a little bit, I'm trying a few new things this brew day. I'm doing a full volume mash. I'm not going to sparge. And we're doing the step mash. So a couple new things to my process that I'm trying out. And yeah, I don't know if you guys heard those cicadas, but they're crazy around here in Pennsylvania right now. The goal for me today was to really try new techniques to simplify my brewing process, because I have to get out of here around noontime, check my son out. He's playing in a golf tournament nearby. I want to make sure I get this done today and also check his golf tournament out. I was telling, I noticed a few people have to work today. I mentioned when we first jumped on. We're not working today, and I also took off yesterday. I don't take a lot of Fridays off, but I've been golfing this week, so I'm fully rested for this live brew day. So Brewing Bad, are you brewing anything this weekend? I see your Instagram videos quite a bit. I have to give that a shot. It's just the YouTube creating videos takes so much time and effort. It's hard to me to think about other platforms to create content for. I mean, me putting out a video maybe 10 times a year, 12 times a year, it just takes all effort and time just to get those done. Hey, Bruce. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. To bring you up to speed a little bit, we're brewing 2 Munich Dunkels. They're slightly different in the recipe. We're brewing on an all-in-one system. One system's running on 120, the other one's running on 220, so you get to see a little bit about how these 2 systems perform against each other. But we're brewing a Munich Dunkel, and this is the first Munich Dunkel I have ever brewed. But as you guys probably know, the process is pretty much the same in brewing like an ale or a hazy. The only difference is the hops. There isn't many hop additions in a Munich Dunkel. But we're going to be brewing this. We're about halfway through the mash. I'm going to start bringing this. Well, I won't be sparging, but I will be removing the grains and bringing it up to a boil pretty quickly. And then talking about techniques, another thing I'm going to try today, instead of manning the cooling coil that comes with these Anvils, we're just going to throw it in the fermenter and then just throw it in the fermentation chamber, right?
Sure.
Let the fermentation chamber cool it off.
Are we going to cool it down at all?
Maybe a little bit.
Right.
Maybe hit it for like 5 minutes to bring it down from boiling to say around whatever we get to in 5 minutes.
All right.
Oh, you have a hazy in the fermenter? Nice. Yeah, how do you dry hop it, Brewing Bad? Do you have one of those dry hoppers? I don't know if you checked it out. I built one of these. Here's my fancy dry hopper that I built last year. It works okay. It works pretty good. Do you just dump them in? That's something I haven't brewed in a while. Okay. Oh, no, I did do a hazy. Last December, I compared the same recipe on the Herm system and a Bruneback system in my kitchen. Those beers tasted so different. Yeah, they were. I was surprised at how different they were. Yeah, this is how I dry hop my hazies. And I also have this really cool gauge. I thought I was going to be really particular about trying to keep oxygen out while I was dry hopping, but my fermenters aren't airtight. So I got one of these deals, and every time I throw some hops in the fermenter, I just purge the fermenter with a CO2 gauge. Seems to be working all right. Ah, yeah. So you do it the right way. I think if I were to upgrade my system, I would move to a pressurized fermenter. I've got those stainless steel bucket fermenters. They're good. I think they make some decent beer. But who was it? Was it the guy at Treehouse? You know, I read an article, or maybe it was a video that he was putting together, and he said the one single thing that can improve a home brewer's beer is a pressurized fermenter. So that's been sticking with me for a while. Maybe I'll ask for that maybe this year for Christmas.
What do you want for sandwich?
Sausage, egg, and cheese.
On a protected bagel.
Everything.
I had to ask my wife if she wants
All right, well, I'll give you money for it. Yeah, oh yeah, Bruce. That the pressurized magnets. That was something I was going to try. I never got my hands on magnets though. I think that's probably the most effective way of like you never open the lid at all. So it's probably the least amount of air that gets into the fermenter. Another thing I've been thinking about adding to my fermenters is a vacuum bag. You know, I do purge it with this, but I was thinking about capturing the CO2 naturally in a bag, and when you're transferring or whenever you're transferring the liquid to another vessel, the bag would suck the CO2 back in. I think I saw that on Cityscape's video. He had a video around how to capture CO2 while you're fermenting and reusing it during, you know, hop additions or whatever. I use the stainless steel buckets to the sus video. That's the Magnus comment. Yeah, I think the Magnus is a solid DIY way to dry hop. Do you ever have problems with the Krausen hitting the hops before they drop? Oh, you don't love the process? Okay. Yeah, I think my process of just, you know, squirting out the air that gets into the fermenter, you know, basically as soon as you do the dry hop, you purge it. I think that's been working for me. I think when you're a commercial brewer, you have to be really careful of any air that gets in there, because you have to can it, and then you have to sell it, and then it potentially could be on a shelf or a refrigerator for a while. So you have more potential for any of, you know, the oxidation that happens in the can. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I pretty much finish my beer, and probably less time it takes to create oxidation. BB, is that, I would imagine that's Brewing Bad has the ideal setup, plus with those clear plastic fermenters, you can see what's going on. Yeah, it's interesting. Brewing Bad or anybody on the chat, do you cover the clear plastic fermenters so the light doesn't hit the beer? Curious to know. From what I understand and read, you want to keep the wort shielded from any light throughout the process. But I do like the way you can see the beer fermenting. It's kind of cool. You can see the process in action. Yeah, I'm so invested in these fermenters now. I'm sure you guys have seen these. Well, let's see this. You guys seen other videos, so these bucket fermenters don't hold any pressure. I've tested it. It doesn't even hold 1 psi. So I know the seal within the lids leak a little bit. But I don't know if you can see, I put a little nozzle here and a little CO2 burst. I just burst the entire bucket fermenter, and it works well. But I think pressurized fermenters were the way to go for the best possible beer. Bruce, I've been wrapping my sight glass in the unitank to keep the light out. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. If I got a clear fermenter, I would somehow wrap it to keep it nice and snug. I guess you can pull back the wrapping to see the fermentation in action. So you have it. Yeah, you keep it in your freezer for temp control so it stays in the dark. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Bruce, that coil would be a great addition to my bucket fermenters. Yeah, for this coil. I'm sorry, Matt, I'm not ignoring you.
Sorry, I'm ignoring you.
But all the products, like this coil was $30, and all I had to do was, I don't know if you can see, I just bent the top of the coils a little bit, drilled a hole in the top of the lid, and a couple adapters later, it fits perfectly in the fermenter, and it's solid. I mean, the glycol runs through here, and I've run tests on my glycol system and my fermentation chambers, and they both perform well enough. But this guy, you can keep your temperatures rock solid, and also cold crash pretty quickly too. I'm surprised not more people use those cooling coils on all sorts of different setups. It's such a cool DIY type approach to, adding a cooling coil to your fermenter. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, SS Brewtech. They seem like they have awesome products, but they are expensive. I think for that entire bucket fermenter, was, what do we pay for those, Matt? Like $100?
I think I got mine. Yeah, one of mine used for like 100. The
Yeah.
other one was like 125 new, 150, something like that.
Yeah, the bucket I think I paid about $100 for. The cooling coil was $30. The quick attachments were probably another 20. So for under $200, I have a stainless steel bucket, and I could hook it up to a glycol system, but it's not pressure fermented. It's not a pressure fermenter. Did you get the coils from More Beer? Oh, wait. Yeah, Bruce, did you get the coils? I think so. It's been a few years. I think I just did a Google search, and it probably was More Beer. They might be the sole distributor or seller of those coils. Are you okay?
I'll be fine. I'm going to get that sandwich.
All right.
I need to get some food.
All right.
All right. I'll be back.
All right. Sounds good. I'm totally ignoring Matt.
Sorry. Oh, keys.
They have Brewing Bad. I would like a glycol chiller one day for more precise control. Yeah, the glycol chiller on my channel, it was the first video I made, and I've had the glycol chiller for 5 years now, and it's great. Yeah, buying it off the shelf, I'm sure you can just buy one and run with it. I really like using the glycol to do. I think you have more flexibility in the type of fermenters you use. I think it's a tad more accurate than a chest freezer, although the chest freezer is not bad. I get those questions all the time. How accurate is the fermentation chamber, and what are the temperature swings? I just had a question yesterday about what's the biggest temperature swings I see in my fermentation chamber. And I don't know about you guys, but it's about 3 to 5 degrees, depending on how hot it is or cold it is where I live. But the glycol system, it's no matter what, it's pretty much a degree or two of what I'm trying to achieve. I have to figure out how to... Oh, you know what? I completely missed my step mash. So I have 30 minutes at 156. So let me get that done. Let's get that done real quick. Okay, what I just did, I pumped up the Anvil to 156. So we'll see. I don't know if you can see it on the... No, we're not going to be able to see the actual temperature, but it's coming up from 148 to 156. It should take about a minute. Then we'll hold that for 30 minutes, and then I will start to not going to fly sparge. That's what it says in my notes here. But we'll just pick the basket up and let it drain out in the all-in-one. Bruce, to be honest with you, this not distracting at all. One of the goals I want to have for these live brew days is connected with you guys more. I want you guys to see what happens in real time, not a cut up video. Although I do like doing the videos you put together. You shoot it and then you edit it and put it out there. I want to make sure I put these live brew days together so I can interact with you guys through this chat. So please keep the conversation going if you want. Yeah, I do need to be dialed in. I think I'm close. I was just 2 minutes off. I've got an iPad here with the Beersmith timer going. However, it went to sleep. So I was 2 minutes off from pumping up to that final step mash temperature. Yeah, I think I mentioned this when I first jumped on. I think Blackwoods is on Discord as well. I've been trying to get on the past 2 weeks. In fact, I had Discord pulled up, ready to go. But a few things happened at 9 o'clock, and I was beat. After I think I had to take care of something with the kids. I had to go pick up one of my kids at 9 o'clock, and I just got back, and I missed that Wednesday night on Discord. But I do plan on jumping on Discord more often. I think it's a cool little platform you guys have put together. I think I've missed something in my brew days each time I brewed on Discord. Oh, so you brew on Discord. I didn't know. I don't know too much about Discord. The only thing I knew about Discord is that there was seemed like there's a lot of security problems. So it took me a long time to figure out, how to create the account, how to log in through my iPad, because I only work off an iPad. There seems to be some security issues with an iPad. But yeah, I definitely want to jump on there more. I think it's a fun time talking about homebrew. And can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Yeah, I cannot multitask either. It's a miracle I can put together these live days. I find it's just a lot of preparation and kind of what happens during the live day happens. But I'm trying to stay organized, Brewing Bad. I've got the schedule. I've got the recipe. The all-in-one makes it a little bit easier. I'm not juggling between hoses. I don't know if you saw my last live brew day when I brewed on the Herms. I must have been out of my mind doing my first live brew day on my electric Herms system. But I made it through. And by the way, that beer, that alt beer, I'm going to carbonate it next week, and it should be ready by the end of the month. So I'm going to put a video out there on a taste test. I might just do a video on the taste test and not a live brew day. I was debating whether to do the live brew day or not, but I might do a more produced video for the alt beer. I'm really excited to taste this alt beer. I should add trivets like Bruce. You know what? I have to do it. I can't read these little. I should add trivets like you under my vessels. Oh, you're talking about these guys? Yeah, they're great. I think I bought these at Lowe's, and they're actually tabletops. They're like, if you go to the section where you can make your DIY tables, there's different sizes for these little pallets. And yeah, they serve two purposes. One, to absorb the heat from the vessel. And two, it lifts it up another inch where I can add my hoses to the vessels and drain it out into each kettle. But yeah, the only one that's broken apart is on my boil kettle. I don't know if you can see. The heat has caused the glue to come apart a little bit. But yeah, those have been working great for me. No, they're actually, the ones I have, I did look for cork trivets. I think cork would be the ideal material to use for the kettle bottoms. The only thing you'd have to worry about is anything, if you spill anything on them, you'd have to make sure they're clean, or I'm sure something would start growing in the cork. But what I have is they're glued together strips of wood, and you can buy them in different diameters. And the strips actually came apart on my boil kettle just because of the heat. But I just tucked them underneath the kettle, and they work fine. They're not pretty. They're stained and pretty ugly, but I haven't found a better substitute for putting something underneath my kettles yet. One day, I would love to get a stainless steel table for my brewing setup. This is just a scrap wood that was left over when I built my house. I just threw together a table and decided to make a brewing table out of it. And it works. It's a table you can set kettles on and brew on until it falls apart. I think I'm fine, but I would love a stainless steel table. That would be nice. Bruce, I agree with you. Functions matters more than aesthetics. Yeah. I do like things to look good, but if this is a great example of, I don't need to spend any more money on a fancy piece of wood that just props up my kettles a little bit. Oh, Bruce, don't worry about it. I got the idea, and I could see the screen this time. Okay, to give you a little rundown on where we're at, I have 24 minutes left on the last step mash. So it's 10 o'clock. I should be done with my mash around 11. I think that's a good target time, would be 11, and I will start pumping up the wort up to boiling. I'll probably be boiling around 11:20. This will be a 60-minute boil, and then whatever time I have left, I'll cool it down with the cooling coil. And if it's whatever it's at, I'm gonna take it, put it in the fermenter, and throw it into my fermentation chamber. Side-by-side comparisons are awesome. Nice that you have 2 anvils to do this. Yeah, I have a few videos on my channel that have been pretty popular. People want to know about how much time it takes to bring up to a boil on the different voltage settings. The one on the left is my friend Matt's Anvil. He saw me brew. He came over one day and I was brewing on this, and he said, "You know what? That looks super easy. I'm going to get one." So those are not both mine. One of them is my friend's, and we alternate. Sometime I'll go to his house and we'll brew at his house, and for the most part we brew here. But I love his Ziploc bag blocking or safeguarding the display. I'll zoom in a little bit there. Yeah, if you see the one on the left, I love the creativity there. He just took a piece of tape and a Ziploc bag and covered the screen. I love it. Mine, I've given up. I'm not worried about it anymore, but I did put a little silicone caulk around the edge. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have ever run into a problem with getting water behind the screens, but that's what we've done so far. Hey, Todd. Glad you could join us. We are making a Munich Dunkel. We're actually making 2 Munich Dunkels. They're a little bit different recipes. I grabbed my recipe from a YouTuber I generally go to for recipes, my buddy Matt. He's also brewing a Dunkel, but he got the recipe somewhere else. We just decided we're going to brew the same type of beer, and I think it'll be a really good comparison, not only from the recipe, but how we're brewing the beer. For comparison, we're doing a couple things different. We're both doing a step mash, but he's doing your typical mash sparge. And he's going to be sparging out his grains when he's done with his mash. I'm doing a full boil mash. And this is the first time I'm attempting a full boil mash. Really, I'm just trying to see if I can simplify my brewing process, where right now in my Anvil on the right, give me a split screen here so you guys can see me while I'm talking. The Anvil on the right is my Anvil, and that has 7.5 gallons of water in the mash. So I'm just recirculating the water through each step temperature, and I'm just going to pull the basket out when I'm done and just fire up the boil and go from there. I'm really interested to see how efficient this way of mashing is different from sparging. But yeah, I'll run down the grain list for you. I have 9 pounds of Munich malt, 1 pound, 11 ounces of dark Munich malt, 3.2 ounces of Victory malt, and 3.2 ounces of Carafa. So it's going to be, from what I researched, this is going to be a pretty traditional Munich Dunkel. This is the first time I've brewed a Munich Dunkel. And for the hop additions, Todd, it's a real simple hop additions. I'm using around 3 ounces of Hallertauer Mittelfrühe, and I'm shooting for about 22 IBUs. And that's just going to go in at 60 minutes, and that's it. Anybody else brewing today that's on the live chat? Bruce? Yeah, I don't think I've used Munich for a base malt either. This summer, I'm really focused on German beers. I just brewed an alt beer a few months ago. I did a Kolsch before that. I'm doing a Munich Dunkel now. Because over the past few years, it's just been really heavy on hazies and IPAs. And sometimes we do stouts during the winter. I just wanted to try just a completely different type of beer. And these beers are probably the oldest beers of them all. Just I don't drink a whole lot of Munich type beers. So I'm really excited to get this fermented, kegged, and ready to go.
I'm up for the next time the drink freeze.
All right,
What should I go up to?
my buddy's back on. He's up. I'll show you his new step mash.
The 153 or 156?
Yeah. This is the most complicated thing ever, raising the temperature.
Why?
I'm just being silly.
What temperature does it have to go to?
156.
156.
I thought it'd be a little darker than this. What do you think? Kind of a copper color.
Should be that color. That's the color of a Munich Dunkel.
So mine's a little light.
Well, I mean, a Dunkel just means dark.
Yeah.
You need a towel or something?
Yeah. I'm at 80% and 156. Perfect. I was just describing your awesome cover.
Oh yeah? Yeah, it's expensive. It works though.
tell you what, they make the best breakfast sandwiches.
They do.
It's the eggs. The eggs are nice and fluffy.
Well, it's good for a lot of them, which is good. And I got my wife one, so she's happy.
Hey Todd, so you're brewing a couple starters in a bit, like starter yeast? Hey Bill, thanks for joining us. Watching from watching from the treadmill. Awesome. We were just talking about the treadmill last night. My wife made me install a treadmill in our basement, and it was, you helped me move it down there too.
Yep.
I think it was used once.
Yep.
It's got to get used.
I just moved the treadmill into my basement for Patrick.
Those are heavy.
They are heavy.
We had to take ours apart.
This one felt it up, which was nice, but still. You got it down there, the electronics didn't work, and Patrick got all bummed out.
Well, we're still paying the $50 a month for the Peloton we never use. I added it up. 5 years of Peloton.
Yep.
Excuse me.
We have the Pro form. A little less expensive.
I hate to admit it, but I don't have any Vienna malt in my brew house. Oh, Vienna malt. Oh, that's the other beer I brewed, the Vienna Lager. I might have a Vienna Lager. Excuse me. Trying to house this bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah, I think I still have a half a keg of the Vienna Lager. That was good. The Vienna Lager I brewed last year, that was...
I didn't like mine.
Oh, mine was delicious.
I dumped half of it out.
Hey, Bruce, hopefully this live day is motivating you to brew. That'd be awesome. You know, when was the last time we brewed? Was it?
Well, it brewed, I showed up at the end.
Was it 2 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At least.
It took us 2 months to get our stuff together to brew again.
Yeah.
Now we're just getting old.
Yeah, there's too many things to do with kids.
Hey, Bill. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I'm always curious of, you know, if anybody gets something out of this channel. There's so many good homebrewing channels, although a lot of homebrewing channels are slowing down on their content. And this channel is focused a lot on DIY, you know, building breweries. Now, obviously, now live brew days, but thank you for that. I appreciate it.
When do you have live testing days?
And there's also really good people who can make videos and be in front of the camera. I've always been a behind-the-scenes type of guy. And
Me too.
Todd, probably Lunar Crush in Byron 97. Maybe you must be having a conversation. Must be ingredients to something. Hey, Bill, I need to walk off some beer, especially from last night. I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling it from last night.
Yeah, this food is making me feel a little better.
I was hot on the Peloton for a while. During the winter, I do the Peloton. I try to bike outside during the summer. But maybe I should get on the treadmill too. That might be a good idea.
Well,
Oh, Todd, I got you. The yeast for the starters. Yeah. I've been meaning to create starters myself, and I've watched a bunch of videos on how to make the starters. Got the dried malt extract. I just haven't added that yet to my process. It's just too easy to go out and get what we're using White Labs today. It's just too easy to buy the the yeast you're going to pitch, and it's just ready to go. But that's something I have to put on the list, is making yeast starters. Yeah, you even got me this too. You got me the
Magster.
the Magster. Yeah, so I really should start making starters. Todd, those are the yeasts for the starters, yeah. And Todd, from what I understand, the starters just really help the fermentation get going quicker. Yeah, from what I've read, it just makes for a really healthy fermentation, and that's, you know what, I'm putting it on the list for the end of this year, is to make my first starter. Yeah, this channel's got to have at least how I put together a starter type of video. Bruce, I like the Verdant. Yeah, I think I have a few packets of Verdant. Never used it though. That's a dry yeast, right? Todd, my closest homebrew store is 1.5 hours away. Oh man.
Amazon.
Amazon?
Yeah.
I like to make a lot of starters. We are lucky, Todd. Our homebrew store used to be 20 minutes away, and now it's what, less than 10 minutes?
Yeah. 5 minutes. It moved closer.
Yeah, if you're ever in town, Keystone Homebrew Supply. They do a pretty good job on keeping supplies on hand for homebrewers. Well, I tell you what, guys. I need a couple minutes just to make sure the step mash is done. I'm just going to step away to the fermenter, not the fermenter, the all-in-one. Get my thoughts together on the next step, the boil. I do have to measure out my hops, so just give me a minute while I fiddle around the equipment a little bit. And if you have any questions or just want to chat, feel free, and I'll check it out in just a minute. All right, so where are we at?
We're at 156.
And I am,
How long do we have to do this for?
I'm at 9 more minutes,
8 series, set a timer for 25 minutes.
and then I go to 168 for 15 minutes.
So this is 30 minutes?
So I have about 25 minutes left in the mash.
Yeah, but the 156 is 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Alright, I forgot the time about that.
So I'm going to, I really can just whip the basket out, fire it up to boil,
You're going to be done so much faster than me.
and I'll just let it drain in there.
Yeah.
And then it really doesn't matter if it's started to boil yet, but I'll, just pop that off. Let me measure out my hops. I'll take the yeast out so it's room temperature by the time we're done. Okay. Got my hops ready to go. We bought four ounces of halitoller, right?
No, I thought you got 3.
Well, I need 3 ounces.
Yeah.
0.4.
No, you bought 3 is what you got, I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because you're supposed to have 2.5, and you're like, no, I need 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Yeah, I need 3.23 ounces, so I'm going to be 0.23 ounces short. I might have some halitoller left over from.
I might have some at home also.
I guess I could use Hirschberger. That's a noble hop.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 0.2 of an ounce.
Yeah, I'm going to use Hirschberger. Oh, I got it.
Did you have Hallertau?
Nah. I'll just put a little bit in there of that. But see, that alpha acid is 2.1?
Yeah, but that's 2.
Yeah, it's a little bit higher. So it's more bittering
Yeah.
potential. Bruce picked up some, I don't know if I can pronounce that, Lamand,
Oh, that's a perfect color.
New England yeast. Haven't used it for about 3 years. Oh, so you have old yeast, and you're creating the starters out of the old yeast. Interesting.
Yeah, the color.
Todd Porter, Keystone is 55 miles, 1 hour and 20 minutes, so closer. Oh, Todd, so you're in a roundabout area to Pennsylvania. Yeah, if you're ever around, let me know. But yeah, I got to measure out the hops.
Okay.
All right. Do you have your hops ready? You can measure it.
I'm using just 3 ounces.
So I just need.
That 3.5 ounces. I only have 30.
How many pellets do you think is 0.23 ounces?
10.
10?
Yeah.
All right, 10 it. Wait, that's. Okay, I'm on grams. I need to go to ounces. That would not be good. Ounces. 10. All right. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pellets.
7. There you go.
Probably wasn't worth it.
Well,
Opening a bag for that.
Maybe I'll use a couple pellets in mine too then. Because mine is,
Oh, Todd Porter, Central New Jersey. Nice. Yeah, that's not too far away. I'm 40 minutes north of Philadelphia. That's, yeah. It's Central New Jersey. Phillies fans. The Phillies playing today?
Yep.
What time?
No. Look, I don't know if they won last night.
That guy Duran, did you see the highlight? Duran was drilled in the foot. They had to cart him off the field. Yeah, no, the closer we just signed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, Schwarber, I guess Schwarber hit. They won 6-2. Yeah, today 4:05.
Todd, I'll meet you halfway at Odd Logic Brewing. Yeah, sure. I've never heard of Odd Logic. Is that in New Jersey or closer to Philadelphia? I'm a Yankees fan, but there's a decent split of Yankees, Mets, and Phillies. Yeah, I guess it's a tough year to be a Yankees fan. They're definitely not living up to the $300 million roster.
Yeah, they're 6.5 back off of Toronto. Milwaukee is just killing it, though.
I'm a Yankees fan, but there's a decent split. Todd Porter, Bristol, PA. Bristol, PA. Nice. Where's that? That's
It's right along Delaware River.
Delaware.
Yeah, right down near Philly. That's actually Bristol's where I bought the Chapman. No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I bought it down in Bristol.
The SS Brewtech mash tune.
Mash tune.
Yeah. We're going to a Phillies game next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were just there. Went to a game 2 weeks ago. Oh, that's where Odd Logic is. You have to look it up. Odd Logic. Yeah, I've never been there before. Okay, you guys, bear with me. I'm done with the last step mash, and I'm going to start pumping it up to 168 degrees. And then I'll just do my basket pull for my sparge. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. What did I say, 168?
Yeah, how long is the last one? Is that 15 minutes?
Maybe it will be darker than glass.
You think?
Maybe. Maybe he didn't all the... Yeah, yours is
Like
darker.
that, well, I think that's because the carafa they put in. But that's like the color I was looking for.
Well, I had Carafa 1. Maybe I should have gone with Carafa 3.
Is that what mine was?
Smells good.
Yeah.
Smells like a...
No, this is carafa 1. But I had 2.5 pounds of carafa 3.
I swear, I would miss every step in a brew day if I did not have this counter. I would just completely forget to do everything. I have 18 minutes on this. It says fly sparge, but I'm not sparging. This is my mash out. And then I have a 60-minute boil. Yeah, we're going to be done in time. So I will be boiling by 11 o'clock. And the goal was to be done by 12:30.
Yeah, I'm not sure I will.
Yeah.
Because I got 15 more minutes in this.
Okay.
I got 30 minutes before I start to boil.
Yeah.
Or before I sparge.
Yeah.
Is this, what temperature is this?
That's at your sparge
168?
temperature.
Okay.
So to bring you guys up to speed here, Matt's doing a sparge, and I'm using this Herm system behind me just to heat up the sparge water. So we have 5 gallons already heated up to 168. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot.
You'll just have to figure out, you're at 6 gallons. You'll have to, what I do is, you'll set your anvil here and just subtract what you need. So like you start at 6 and then go backwards.
Well, I just got to hold up the basket and be able to see how much I got.
Oh, Bruce, so am I racing?
Are you what?
Am I racing?
Racing?
Yeah, am I going too fast?
No, I don't think so. Doing a lot of standing around, but that's, I guess, brewing.
Yeah. Well, Bruce, I guess I want to manage the time so I can monitor the chat and also make sure I hit my temperatures. I will definitely slow down. I guess that's one good thing about brewing. It keeps you thinking. You think about what the next thing is.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce, there's a reason why I need to be done by 12:30. My son is playing in a tournament, and I have to be over there by 2. So I want to make sure I wrap up my brew day beforehand. Matt and I would spend the whole day just hanging out. I have a TV here. We'd probably watch the Phillies game. But that's the reason. I'm not rushing to get done on purpose. Well, actually, I am rushing to get done. But I put a hard stop on this brew day around 12:30, and that's the reason. So I can catch my son's a senior. He's a really good golfer, and I want to make sure I catch all his golf tournaments before he graduates from high school. Bruce, busy life. You know, it's kind of slowing down a little bit. I was just talking to Matt last night. I used to spend every weekend at a baseball or a soccer field. You still do
I
it.
still am.
Slowing down a little bit. I feel like I have more time. Oh, except for the golf. The golf is a little bit more flexible because he can drive now. And I don't have to walk every hole. I can catch a couple holes. Bruce, this was all. I definitely scheduled this morning. A couple things I have to check. I have to make sure my wife knows we're brewing. As long as I start early enough, she's fine with it. So I have the rest of the day to make sure I can do whatever she needs me to do. But yeah, it's just planning in advance. And I'm definitely not trying to rush it. The things I did in today's brew day were really to simplify it a little bit. And the no sparge, I cut out maybe 20 minutes. And then when we cool the wort down at the end, I'm not going to man the cooling coil. I'm just going to throw it in the fermentation chamber and then pitch my yeast later when it's cooled down to pitching temperatures.
And it's not the afternoon, so we're not sitting around having a beer, forgetting to do stuff.
Oh, if we were drinking beer,
We've stopped drinking beer when we brew. Pretty much, until you're done.
I'm a disaster when I drink. Yeah. Todd, my son is a junior and ice hockey starts tomorrow. My daughter is a freshman and is out at Spooky Nook, Lancaster for a basketball.
That place is crazy.
Yeah.
That place is crazy. I've only been there once, but there was like 6 million people in that place.
Yeah. So Todd, it sounds like you have a similar schedule. I have two boys. The one, he used to play baseball, but now he's full into golf. And my other son, he does flag football. He's working a lot this summer. He works mostly at our local pool, but he did the whole soccer life. And yeah, it's crazy not going to a field every day of your life anymore. I should be brewing more. Now that my schedule is slowed down. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, Matt's familiar with Spooky Nook. I don't think I've ever been there.
That was volleyball for my
Yeah, you can walk out. No, it's live. It's live. Don't open the door though.
You're not on the camera.
Okay.
It's a video of those two things, and then your dad talking.
All right. I'm just going to go over to the all-in-one system and just check on a few things. 12 minutes left.
Yeah, I've got about 10 minutes left before I go up to the higher temperature.
No, what I might want to do is pull it back a little bit more.
Pull it back.
Yeah. The camera.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're only showing the one. So.
Well, I'm showing two. So maybe pull the camera back a little bit when I do the basket pull.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then keep it there.
Yep.
Thanks for that breakfast sandwich. That was good.
Yeah. It's actually heated up quicker than I thought.
How long did it take? 10 minutes?
No, it was real quick. It was like 85 minutes. It only went up, 8 degrees? But it went quick.
I think 80% is good for this. That stand right there. It's not overshooting.
You need a Ziploc bag.
I don't know if I can top that Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
I caulked it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I can't see it.
It's the worst caulking job ever. All right. Hey, good luck, buddy. What time do you start? 2? 2. All right. We'll see you there. right, we just checked both of the anvils. They look good. They're both holding temperature at 168. I have 10 more minutes left on my final rest. And then it should be smooth sailing from there. Just add the hops.
Boil
How
away.
many hop additions do you have?
One.
Just one for 60?
60 minutes.
Okay. So in 10 minutes, I will be done at 12, maybe 12:10.
How long do you have before you're done that?
Well, 10 minutes left on this last mash.
You're going to boil in 5 minutes?
I say yes. What do you think?
40 degrees, I think you got at least...
I bet you I'm boiling less than 10 minutes. Less than 10.
All right,
So I'm taking the under.
I'll take the over.
Everybody always wants to know how fast you can get these things up to boil.
Yeah. What's the time?
All right. Don't know if you heard that, but we have a little over-under going on here. I think I can bring mine up to a boil in less than 10 minutes. You're definitely over 10 minutes. I think you're at 25.
I would say, I don't think that long, but 20. I would say
20?
at least. Yeah.
I'm under 10. 9.
All right. We'll see. Then
What-
again, you only have 32 degrees, right? Because you're at 160.
Yeah. I will be,
That's not much. You're right. You might be under 10.
yeah.
I was thinking it was 155.
Although the last 10 degrees does take a little bit more.
Yeah.
Got to figure out how I can show more. I think I'll turn the iPad around because I have to see the screen when I'm adjusting this, but I'll bring it back to about here.
Okay. Or I could pull it back for you. You could just tell me when to stop.
Yeah, I can do that too. We'll do that. We'll do that. All right, we're going to make a little adjustment on my camera. All right, pull it back. Put that down and now start tilting the camera up a little bit. Right there, a little higher. Pull it back a little bit. Aim it to the left. Now you have to tilt the camera up. Teamwork. Right there. Cool. Cool. What do you think? I could make it lower, but then you wouldn't see the whole. I think that was good. Maybe just tilt it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right there. Cool. Thanks, Matt. Just getting a camera angle for the basket pull. It's always exciting when you pull a basket out. It's like you feel like you've done something. Mine's going to be heavy. It's got to be 7 gallons of water in there.
Yeah.
Let's grab some gloves.
That's just an awesome color.
How many times have we pulled the basket out and burnt our hands?
So,
I have gloves. Not forgetting gloves this time. We'll have to add Warflock. I don't have any yeast nutrients. I forgot to get that amount. I usually add those.
I probably have some at home. It's over a year old. I don't know if it's...
Nah. What time did you say the Phillies are on?
4:05.
Yeah, I should be done with that golf tournament by then.
Just one round.
Oh no, it is 8. It's not. It's 18, not 9. His school team plays 9.
Oh,
I think
really?
this is a full 18.
Yeah, you got 4 hours.
Yeah.
And it's at the club across the street?
Yeah. You playing 18 or 9?
We play 18 2 days in a row. 10th time.
Put on sunscreen. Man, we've got 5 people. This is awesome. I love it. Thanks everyone for hanging on and hanging out. Appreciate it. You know, you see YouTubers put on these live shows, and they're really well produced. And they do a great job.
Yeah.
It's like it takes a lot. It does take a lot of effort to get to that, you know, top tier
Right.
live streaming quality.
Depends on how much time you want to spend.
But I mean, there's some legit good shows out there that are live streamed. I'm really impressed. Some shows have like teasers and cutout. I did put together some cutout screens. I had one good one for the alt beer one. That one was a good one.
Yeah.
I changed the camera angle. I should have made one for this one. There was another one. I'll just keep it on these 2 for now.
I don't know who that is. They've come through here a couple times. They got a 03 Fat Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we done?
That's 150, 168. That's my strike water temperature is also, or my sparge water temperature is also 168.
Oh, Bruce, are you talking about this live stream? I'm trying. You just for me, I was thinking you just have to do it a couple times. What's that?
What's that?
It's talking to me. Yeah, I have just to get into the groove of a live stream, and it's actually a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun.
He's here to the timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Counting down.
Yeah, Bruce, this week, I think it was earlier this week, I decided, yeah, I'm definitely going to do a Saturday morning. And I feel like once you commit to something, you got to just follow through with it. And it's a lot of fun planning out and leading up to the brew day as well. I really geek out on all the recipe development. In terms of homebrewing, I think this is the biggest learning curve I have is learning all the grains and the hops. You know, I'm doing this for 20 plus years, but there's still so much to learn. But I really like the aspect. I have to get you on board with putting together recipes and like dialing in
Yeah.
all the grains and the water. And
I find that it's difficult to find time to brew
yeah,
because just everything with kids and wife and job
Yeah.
and all that. It's real hard to find time, and then you just got to dedicate the time
Yeah.
to getting it done.
yeah. Well, I have a question for you guys. How many times do you guys brew a year? I'm just curious because I'd say, what are we? Maybe 10 times? Not anymore.
This
7?
past year was like 4.
4? I think I did.
4 or 5. You
I
did
did
more
7.
than that.
I think I did 7.
Yeah, I only think I brewed. I had the Vienna Lager. I had the Robust Porter. The last one you brewed, I showed up at the end. And there was, remember that hazy IPA I did last spring?
Yeah.
That you had more than one of. So I know it was decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done 4.
I think it just comes down to we don't have a lot of people coming over anymore drinking beer, so you have to scale it down. Like when we brew on this, it's pretty much we split it.
Right. Yeah. Fewer card games and other things going on.
Okay, I'm 13 seconds. I am going to transition over to the bucket. So bear with me as I go over there. I'm going to pull the bucket out and then start cranking up the temperature to boil. So I say under 10 minutes, we get to a boil. All right, let's do it.
So let's see.
See how much I can screw this up.
What do you need to do?
Stand there and look pretty.
That's a tough job.
Hold that. That's hot.
Yep, yep.
Don't cover your hands like you clench.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are like wool gloves.
That's hot. No, it's good. You're just gonna take that out and let it drain, right?
Holy shit, that's heavy.
You're on that side. You on your side?
I guess I could let it go, but there's a lot of water now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bend outside of this. Here, one second. Take the.
That's good. Let's crank it up. Get full power. Don't want to make sure I get your ear.
Smells so good. Did you turn off the valve?
Ah, shit.
And you want to drain this stuff in there?
No, I never quite figured that out. Maybe you just circle it through a few times. You know, as it's boiling. Just kind of.
Yeah, I'm just saying just drain the tube. You could probably pinch the
Yeah, I
bottom,
guess you
pinch the
probably-
bottom, drain it, and just lift it up and drain it.
Do that.
See, this is. Watch there.
Usually just lazy and I just leave it in there, but I guess you're not getting the full. Ah, that's smarter. Oh, it's hot.
So I said pinching it, but is that underneath something? Hold on.
Good. Tilt that up a little bit. I just jammed it underneath there.
Are you going to be recirculating this later?
Yeah. But I've got this guy. Brewing bad. Oh man, you're setting a record. You try to brew roughly 20 times per year. You brew 5-gallon batches, right? 5. I think you do 5. That's a good number. So you're doing.
Beer.
Maybe he has friends that drink beer too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or
Not-
maybe it's good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Brewing bad. I think I've mentioned this to you before. Over the winter, I'm going to start doing 2-gallon batches, and I think I'll brew more often. And I'm just going to brew right in my kitchen when it gets freezing out here. So maybe I'll get to 20 times a year. Blackwood brews, brewing bad. I tend to believe that's on the low side of brewing days. Oh man, I have a YouTube channel, and I'm not even brewing enough to do 10 a year. I got to step it up. I have to step it up.
Just a lot of beer.
I used to brew 20 times a year, easily. All right, I've got the.
You set a timer?
Oh yeah, better do. Well, it doesn't matter.
2 minutes in.
I have to get to a boil first.
Right, what time do you boil?
Oh, I forgot. I thought you said that
No,
time.
that's all right.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, I use my timer. Because you started about 2 minutes ago?
What's the temperature?
171.
So I pretty much would have to do 2 degrees a minute. 3.
A little more than
That might be a little unrealistic.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a little side wager here how fast I can get my Anvil up to boiling. I said under 10 minutes. It looks like I'm going to miss that one. Anywho, I've got the basket draining over there, and I'm going to stick this hop spider. A lot of debate whether these hop spiders are worth it. I use them. I think they're pretty easy and do a decent job. And in this system, I don't use a hop basket. I just whirlpool. However, in this Anvil, the small pump I use to recirculate the wort isn't strong enough to create like a hop cone in the middle. So I think this is the way to go right now anyway. And I'm also going to use this whirlpool to circulate the wort around when we cool it down. But what I need to do is
get one of those.
grab this pump off of here and stick it over there, and I would have more than enough.
Oh, yeah. You would
Whirlpool
have
action.
a vortex going.
Yeah. But I'm too lazy to pull that off my table.
Or you could use that 10 horsepower pump right there.
Yeah. All right, let's switch screens. And just give me a minute, guys. I'll check the chat out in just a minute. Let me get the all-in-one situated. Well, I guess I can't stick this in until dawn.
Well, you're mostly bringing, right? Is this bringing any more? I forgot.
Yeah, a little bit. Couple drips. Might as well just stick it in there until it boils. Yeah, 177 is going to take up 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Blackwood Brews, Brewing Bad. I tend to believe that's on the low side. Yeah, it's on the low side. We're on the low side too. Bruce, I brew between November and April primarily. I wish I could prioritize brewing in the summer more. We're just the opposite.
Yeah, as a teacher, I have a little more time in the summer.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier. During the year, it's just tough
Yeah.
to find the time.
Well, I try to brew all year, but I think it's just scaling down and going in the kitchen, I think, is the way to go. And I want to focus a lot of my videos on videos for new brewers. I know this channel came in and I used a lot of equipment a little more advanced equipment. This next year, I'm going to dial it back a little bit and do simpler brew days along with these type of brew days to attract more brewers to the hobby. Because that's a big complaint. I think I read a lot of comments from Homebrewing is dying videos. Have you ever seen those videos, Matt?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, there's a lot of, homebrew is kind of dying. The hobby is going down.
Well, there's so many good beers. There's so many decent breweries that make good beer.
Yeah.
And unless you really enjoy doing it,
Yeah.
it's easy just to go buy a 6-pack of beer.
Well,
4-pack.
that's one thing, but I read some comments they were specifically saying people who brew on YouTube brew on this type of stuff and it's scaring away new brewers. And I actually felt guilty about it a little bit. There's a lot of comments about oh, you go on YouTube and you see people brewing on these big, expensive systems. I'm like, oh, it's not. That's the exact opposite of what I want to do.
Well, I mean, using an igloo cooler as a mash tun and
Yeah.
not having things, you know, at the right temperatures all the time, and you know, these make it much easier.
Yeah.
But
But I don't think. I mean, for me,
it's a lot cheaper to use.
I did that for 20 years. This is just recently I did all this electric stuff. But I feel that my YouTube channel is going to dial it back a little bit and talk more basic type of stuff, and instead of like an electric system or
But it does go full
Glyc.
circle.
Yeah, it does.
Because you look at like the Anvil,
Yeah.
you can't beat it.
Yeah.
But if you're buying a new, like you could find them used on Facebook or
Yeah.
around for $250,
Yeah.
$225, something like that. And that's what I got mine for. It was like $225 from
Yeah.
a guy in New Jersey. Somewhere.
Yeah.
But you know, making it really easy with the Anvil, I think would draw people in.
Yeah.
Because if you have your backyard filled with, you know, stuff like we used to have,
Yeah.
it's just much more of a mess.
See you, bud. Good luck. Oh, okay.
That is just an awesome color.
Well, brewing bad, yeah. I think 20 is the target, Matt. I think we at least have to brew 20 times.
Or just twice on a one barrel.
We're way behind these guys. Okay, let's check out where we're at with the boil. 186. Wow, this is taking a long time. Now, this is my favorite part, and I know a couple of these guys brewing all in one, but what I'm about to do next is probably the coolest and easiest thing about these type of setups. I'm just basically going to take that basket, pick it up, and dump it in my compost pile. That's it. It'll be done. Opposed to this, I would have to dig all the grains out for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's not fun.
All right, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go dump all the grains in my compost pile, so I'll be right back. I'll put it back on the 2 system setup.
All right, I'm ready to.
Oh, do you want to take over?
I'm ready to sparge. Yeah, you can talk.
I
I'm ready
think-
to do.
Might be sick of me talking, but if you want to jump on here, you switch between the scenes. Do you want to do a split scene or a full scene?
The split scene's fine.
Okay, we'll keep. There you go. So they're going to see you,
Huh?
but you can come back here and talk into the camera.
What are you doing?
I'm getting rid of the grains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. I'm done my match, so I need to sparge. But it's still dirty.
Maybe I should wait.
Why don't we sparge this? You wait a few minutes because you're not at the boil. You've got another probably 10 minutes, I think. And so for sparging this, you said bring it over there.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if these handles are made to pick up sweet. I'm almost slide.
yeah, well, I went down to my house 3 times this morning, so.
All right, maybe you know what? I'll switch over here so they can see what you're doing.
Yeah. All right.
There we go. Awesome. All right, what Matt's doing, he's just going to use this water that's at 168. You're going to do the same thing I did, right? You're going to pull the basket
just
up.
Lift it up. And
Do you want the gloves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Let me see if I can get this all drain out a little bit here before. If I put this down, will it spill? No.
Oh, you'll need.
That's gonna
Yeah,
be up higher, right?
Think about that. You want to run it through by pump? You can pump it.
Can I just run it?
Oh, you know
through
what?
this pump?
Why don't you just scoop it? Might take a little while, but
Yeah,
whatever.
just draining. I need you to tell me how much water is in there too. I guess we gotta wait till it drains out, but. That side on.
Looks good.
Yeah,
Did you put the rice hulls in?
I did.
How much? Half the bag?
Yeah, about half the bag.
Tell you what, why don't you run with it? I'll be right back. I have
All right,
to
sounds
hit the
good.
restroom.
All right, so in terms of brewing, I'm a bit newer than John. During COVID, he said, "Hey, let's brew something. I'll show you how to do it." And we were using a gas system, brewing outside in my back porch, on his back porch. This is just so much easier. So my first couple beers were marginal, and I really like to brew porters and stouts. I really like Scotch ales, so I brewed a few of those, and they've generally turned out pretty good. I think it's, obviously it's a little harder to brew the lighter beers, because if you mess something up with them, you really taste it. And I blame John for making me spend money on brew stuff. So I have a couple hobbies. This one's the kind of easiest to jump in and do right away. I don't do much of the YouTube stuff, so I'm just taking a quick look here. All right, he's boiling. All right, so I'm going to sparge now. John, if I lift this up, can you tell me how much water is in there?
Sure. You have to move it over.
And how far?
You're below 5.5 gallons.
Below 5.5?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So you really need 6.5 gallons, right?
how far below 5.5? Like quite a bit?
That much.
All right, this thing's clean and good.
I think you probably need 10 of those.
Yeah, was this thing in Santa Clean? Is it good?
Oh yeah, those were all clean.
Yeah, okay. All right, yes, I'm gonna fill this up.
203. All right, well, Matt's doing that. I'll bring you guys up to speed where we're at with this brew day. I see we've got 5 people on the live stream. That's awesome. Thanks for sticking with me. Hope you guys are having a good time. If you just joined us, I'll just do a quick run through of what we're doing today. We're brewing a Munich Dunkel on 2 Anvil systems. We're doing 2 5-gallon batches. The batches they vary slightly in the grain bill and the hop profile, or the water profile and the hops. But we're brewing them side by side. One of them is my buddy's Anvil. He's using the 120 volt version. I'm on the 220 volt. So we're testing a few things out. What's the performance on each of these systems? We've done this before, so we kind of know what to expect. And as you might think, the 220 is outperforming the 120. But a few new things that I'm doing in my brewing process, I am doing a step mash, or I've done the step mash already, and I did a full volume mash, which I didn't do any sparge. I offset the efficiency a little bit by increasing the grain bill. So I targeted a little high on the original gravity, knowing that I might lose a few points because I'm not sparging. So far, it's working out great. I've lifted the basket out of my system. I'll show you that right now. So I've got the basket's fully drained. I am almost up to a boil. I'm going to step away right now. I'm going to get rid of the grain basket and then come back and attend to the boil. So I think it's almost ready to go. So I'm going to step away. Hey, Bill. Hey, thanks for stopping by and watching. And I'll definitely post the video on the channel after it's done. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday. So I'm going to go get the boil started. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. Do you have the pallet?
Yeah. It's right there on the...
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to have to check the water level at some point and measure this. I just kind of been pouring.
All right, we've got a boil, and I'm going to start the time, my 60-minute timer now. I'm going to add 3.23 ounces of Hallertauer Mittelfrühe to the boil. Let that go for 60 minutes. We'll add a Wurflock tablet too, right?
Last 15.
Yeah, we'll do that too, and then we'll start knocking it down to temperature. Yeah, we're right on track for this brew day.
I think those rice will really help.
Oh yeah, they do.
I mean, this is drains reasonably well.
Oh, these hops smell fresh.
that does smell good. All right.
All right, my hops are in.
Can you see the level in this thing?
You are almost at 5.5.
Oh, so I got a while to go.
Yeah.
How many? What,
Why don't you just take that out? Put it in the bucket here.
Yeah.
Take it out. Now you can see it.
Oh. Yeah, I need like another gallon. I'm only at 5 gallons.
Yeah. No, just keep that out and just.
Well, I was gonna just sparge more through.
Oh, okay.
So.
Gotcha. I thought you were just gonna dump water in there.
Nah, I'm gonna draw sparge more through. I just didn't know how much I had, and it takes a while to put it into this little cup.
You know what I didn't do? I did not check my pre-boil volume. Totally screwed up there.
Well, I mean, it should be pretty much
Well,
there.
I look right now.
What's that?
Because I would like to know if that was the right initial boil volume.
How much did you start with?
7 and something.
And you wanted to end up with 6 something?
5.
So the boil with 5?
Try to see what else.
What you need is a dipstick.
Actually, I'm good. There's 6 gallons in here, so if I boil off
What's your
a gallon an hour, I should be right at 5. I'm good.
I'm gonna do this for a little bit.
Hey, Bruce. Yeah, I have no idea why it's called a hop spider. Good question. Do you know why?
No clue.
Should be like a hop basket. That's like
Maybe because it's like a webbing. I don't know.
if you're a new brewer, you're like, I need something to hold my hops while I'm brewing.
Yeah.
Like I need a basket.
Yeah.
Not like I need a spider.
Right.
Yeah, I think they missed on that marketing name.
Well, we're talking about it.
Let's see. Bruce, sorry, was this covered already? But I see Your Anvil pump is on the outside. Outside. That is a good idea. Can you see it to clean it and disassemble? Bruce, what do you mean? Is the small pump that's in the video right now? Yeah, right now it's sitting on top of. I have a little caster wheels, but it's sitting on that tray. Oh, I see what you mean. The Brewzilla. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Brewzilla, but how this works, it's just the pump is actually below the bottom of the Anvil. So all the electronics are kind of to the side of where the pump is. So you can gravity feed all the wort into the pump. Yeah, I have seen other all-in-ones where it's like inside the actual cavity itself. That's a cool design. What I like about this one is just it's kind of easy. It's like a generic. You can put any pump there. In fact, what I want to do at some point, I have what is this called? The Blickman Riptide. I would love to get this on that system so I can really recirculate and whirlpool at the end. That pump I have on there right now doesn't do a good job at whirlpooling. It does circulate the wort around the cooling coil, but you can't use it for like gathering hops in the middle of the basket. But yeah, how my pump is set up on the Anvil right now is kind of like the standard way of how I think most people set up the pump. Bruce, well, in other all-in-ones, the Brewzilla are under the unit, and it's a pain to get at. Yeah, I would have to use the Brewzilla. I mean, I've never used it before, so I don't want to say one's better than the other. But I guess with anything, the more you try to make it like one unit, what's the word I'm looking for? It's proprietary type of equipment. It could be harder to clean because it's more integrated with the kettle itself. Grandfather, the pump is hidden underneath the pan too to get at. Yeah, makes it more compact. I have no complaints of how this is set up. It's a simple pump. I just wish it was more powerful. Tommy O'Toole, cool name. Cheers. Thanks for joining us. Don't know how long you've been on the live stream, but I'm brewing a Munich Dunkel with my buddy, and we're just about done with the mash. And I'm actually boiling. And Matt are you about done, sparging?
Just about done. Yeah, I wanted to check out the amount I think I'm
What do you want to be at?
6.5.
I can't see.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much right there.
Yeah, a little bit more. Like that much.
All right. We'll just add some water now.
Yeah, Bruce, I learned about this channel via the DIY glycol chiller video. That is my most popular video. And that was the first video I made. And I think it's a very popular topic. I was very surprised how many people have watched it and reached out and asked questions. I would love to go back and redo that video and make it a better quality and a little bit more. It's informative, but a lot of people have found my channel through the chiller video. And I wasn't the first person to do it. There's been plenty of other videos who have built a chiller, but what makes my chiller unique is the control panel I put together. That was a COVID project, and I think people really, I guess, are like how it was put together and inspired by it. But I am going to put another video together for that glycol chiller. Kind of the theme I'm trying to do after this series is 2 years later. And I'm going to go back to all the things I built and talk about how they held up. But the glycol chiller is awesome. Bruce, well, good on you for attempting that. Yeah. was kind of one of those things. I wasn't planning to do a YouTube channel at the time, but I thought, I built this thing. Might as well start a YouTube channel. Cool. Looks good.
Bring this out a little bit more. That'll be that.
Some of the videos I'm going to start putting out next year, going back to that beginner's point of view, I'm going to take some of these concepts I have for the do-it-yourself glycol chiller and show people how they could cool or temperature control like a two-gallon bucket using like an ice bucket, and the same concepts with like the ink purge controllers and the pumps, but really do it on inexpensively. Like I've thought about how I could put together an ice bath glycol or cooler, and I think I could put it together in a way where beginners wouldn't be so intimidated on first understanding why do I need a glycol chiller. I don't think I understand why I needed a glycol chiller until a few years ago. But those are the type of videos I'm thinking about, and I'm glad you guys found the video or this channel through that video. Bruce, what is your goal for subscribers this year? That's a good question. I think my channel grew for a little bit and it kind of slowed down, mainly because I don't put out content every week. This is a hobby for me, and I enjoy the challenge of putting together videos. So putting a goal, maybe 2,000 would be a good goal for me. I think I'm at 1,700 right now. But my goal, the goal for me is just to put out content, quality content that people get value out of. And if I get subscribers out of that, that's awesome. I mean, I really appreciate everybody who's subscribed, because there's so many homebrewing channels out there. I'm happy people just take the time to watch the videos. But a goal for me, I'm just throwing the number out there. 2,000 would be a nice kind of milestone for me. Oh, you want some help? I'll be right back.
Watch the cord here.
Now, let's fix this. But Bruce, that's a good question. I would love to see the channel grow. I think the way it's going to grow is to do more beginner type videos. And the way I'm thinking about doing it is scaling back the size batches I'm brewing and taking the same concepts that I've learned with the glycol chillers, fermentation chambers, whirlpooling, putting together recipes and dialing back the conversation enough where you're not intimidated if you've never done this before. That's my goal for next year. And if I get subscribers, then I know I'm onto something that's working. So yeah, I think that's how I'm looking at it. And hopefully the channel grows. I'd love to see the channel grow next year, but I know I need to put out more content. And that's why I'm doing these live brew days too, is to kind of show you a little bit more about myself. Yeah.
Where's your dump?
I'm going to take it up to the shed in just a minute.
Behind the shed?
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
down there?
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce, the gimbal was a gift for me, from my father, and I'm the last video I was trying to figure out how I could move around and follow me. I think it's awesome, and it's really easy to reposition the gimbal, and you can move around. But for today, I'm just going to keep it nice and steady. There we go. I know. What do you guys think? What type of videos do you think would be helpful for this channel? I know that's kind of a odd question to ask for a live brew day, but I would love to hear from people who watch the channel what type of content they would like to see. While you think about that, I am going to go get rid of my grains in my compost pile. So I'm going to switch the camera. I will be back in just a minute. Yeah, Bruce, I do think live brew days, that's something I'm going to shoot for. I would love to get to a point where it's easy for me to set up the live brew day. You know, it's kind of, for me right now, it takes hours for me to kind of think through how to set it up. But I want to get to a point where I can come out, turn on a camera, and talk about homebrewing. But I'm next year, I'm going to have a more consistent live brew day. There's a couple guys out there who do it every week. I don't know how some of these guys have the bandwidth to do a live brew day every Sunday afternoon, but it's awesome they do it. Bruce, when you clean a keg, do a video. Doesn't have to be educational, just nice to see how others do it. Yeah, sure. That's awesome. That's good to know. That doesn't always have to be educational. It's just kind of seeing how other people approach certain things. Because you guys are probably like me, you brew in your garage and that's the social atmosphere. You really don't get a lens on how other people do a lot of things. And for me, I pick up on small things on all the videos I see. It's like, oh, that's how somebody does it. That's kind of cool. So Bruce, that's a great point. When you transfer from a fermenter to a keg, yeah, sure. That's interesting because I try to do that when I do the full brew days, but maybe just do smaller videos on little aspects of the brew day. I like that. When you cold crash and dry hops, do a video? Sure, absolutely. Brewers just love to see how others do it, not necessarily needing to be educational, just to show other methods. That's awesome. Love that feedback. Yeah, because when I put together a video, it's kind of one, is somebody going to watch it? And I see a lot of people doing shorts, the Instagram. Maybe it's just seeing, like you said, seeing how other people do certain aspects of brewing. But I'm gonna take I'm gonna run over, dump the grains, check my boil, chat with Matt just for a minute. But if you guys have any other thoughts, post them in the chat. I'll be right back. Bruce, also editing can be crippling. Less is more. Oh my gosh, you're hitting on it. I think I have a process where I write a script ahead of time and I think about what I'm going to say and I do a little talking to the video and a little voiceover, stitch it together. That can be so time consuming. Maybe just getting in front of the camera and talking like a live day, maybe that's what people want, and I'm seeing that. I think that's what you want too. But yeah, thanks for posting. That's a really good point. Okay, I'm going to go check my boil. I will be right back. Matt and I are going to run up and ditch these grains. Enjoy the boil.
recirculating it when it was heating was better, or just letting it go? Let it go.
I wanted to stop at 12:30. I mean, if I have to, I can stay for a little longer, but I really want to see Brady play.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh my gosh, dumping that grain bill is so easy. Cleaning out that basket that comes with the system. Oh, such a time saver. All right. All right, we'll run down what's left here. I'm 23 minutes into my boil. Things are going well. That would put me at, Matt, 37 minutes. What time is it? 37. Yeah.
Probably 12:30, 12:35.
Okay.
Like that.
All right. Well, I'm on track. So we got, just going to let it finish boiling out. I'll add a Warflock tablet at 15 minutes, and we're in good shape with my Munich Dunkel. Matt's running a little behind. Let's see where he's at. $186. So this gives you a really good idea on the differences between different power settings. I'm 20 minutes into my boil, and Matt's 20 minutes from boiling. So it's a good 40 minutes discrepancy in terms of how fast you can brew with those different power settings. I love the ideas, Bruce. It's one thing as a content creator, you always think, about your audience first. What do they want to see? It's like, what's the value they're going to get out of these videos? It's really tough to get that out of YouTube. Hey, Blackwood Brews, thanks for jumping back in. And don't work too hard today. And have a great weekend. Cheers. I'll share with you guys, because I think you were on my first live video with the Herm system. When I was done with cold crashing, I was exhausted. I think I just went inside and crashed on the couch. Yeah, don't dump that in there. I don't know how clean that was.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at the color.
That's good. Yeah. Looks tasty. Yeah, I was exhausted with that first live brew day. That was a lot of fun, though. All right, we still have a handful of people on the live brew day. This is awesome. I think the temperature went up about 10 degrees after both of these started boiling.
Yeah.
Dad,
Yeah.
a package is coming around like 145.
Okay.
It's mine.
It's your package. Okay.
My keys.
Oh, you want to be on camera?
No, I have the keys.
I don't have your keys. Sorry, guys. I tried to get my wife on camera. It was a no-go. I did get my wife to brew kombucha with me this past month. And that's a video that's coming out. And she was really excited to brew kombucha. She wants nothing to do with brewing. She doesn't want anything to do with beer. But we brewed some kombucha together, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, if either of our wives liked beer, we could probably brew more often. My wife doesn't like beer at all.
Does your wife drink states? I think
Stateside.
stateside. I think
She
that.
likes those sorts of
Yeah.
things, yeah.
I think I need to pull up a fan.
It's hot here.
It's hot. You changed your shirt.
Yeah. About an hour and a half ago.
I'm drenched.
Yeah.
I wish the Phillies game was on. Okay, walk me through where you're at, Matt. What's going on?
Right now,
Yeah.
I am just waiting for it to boil. I'm at 189. It's starting to come up. I was recirculating it, seeing if that would make it come up quicker, but it doesn't. Seems like it's getting hotter just leaving it alone.
Here, let me adjust the camera here so you're.
But it's got lots of bubbles. But it's got a soapy look to the bubbles.
Can you see this marking better than me? How many gallons is that?
That's 8.5.
Yeah. That's how I did it last time. It's 8.5, 7.5.
8, 7.5, 7. You're like at 6. A little bit less than 6.
No.
What did you think you would be?
Closer to 5. Just can't see it.
No.
There you go, Anvil. We need a better way to see these markings during boil.
You know what? If they had just a on the, I don't know if it was the this would probably be a little complicated for that, but just an outside tube. They drill the hole in the bottom, put a slate tube in there, and make it more of a pain in the ass to clean, but
Or maybe instead of stamping, you do etching.
or do it on the outside too. Because you can kind of
That's a good
estimate, like put a thing on, and you can do that now. Like you could just use a
I guess you could-
Sharpie and
I guess you
just
could do a stick too.
yeah, do it. You could do yeah, you could do that, and
Yeah, that's how I'll do it next time. I'll put
and
a mark on it.
mark it at 5 or 5.5 or whatever. Look at these bubbles.
seltzer.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty easy to make. You just kind of
Get
throw
some,
anything. You just throw the ingredients in the bucket, throw your yeast in there. I guess you have to carbonate it.
yeah.
We'll put these hops away.
We're 92.
You know what?
Yeah, I think I missed the hose.
While we're waiting on this, I'm going to clean my basket. Is that yours or mine?
That basket's yours. I'll put mine over here.
So here's something I'll show you guys real quick if you've never brewed on an all-in-one. This is the basket that sits in the kettle. And you fill your grains up in the basket. And at the bottom, there's perforated holes. So when you recirculate the wort through the basket, when it's full of grains, the wort will fall through the bottom. And then you recirculate the wort back through the top. And this is an awesome design. Super easy to clean up. And it fits right. Everything's really compact in these systems. And all these all-in-ones have the same concept where you have a basket. I've seen some all-in-ones have a bag. I prefer the baskets. I think you get a better drainage with the stainless steel baskets. But anyways, just wanted to show you that if you've never seen the basket before in one of these systems. So you gonna go watch Brewing play a little bit?
I may.
All right.
What time are you going?
1 o'clock.
I don't think I'll be done.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you can meet me over there.
Yeah, I could jump the fence at 12.
Jump the fence.
Are you walking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I will jump the fence at 12.
I'll text you as I'm coming by.
Yeah, text me as you're coming around. I'll just pop through the fence and we'll be good to go.
Oops.
Yeah.
It's hitting me now.
I'm starting to feel a little better. Takes me till like mid-afternoon.
Two's the limit from now on.
That's what I said
No
to
more.
my crawling up inside that tower.
No. Wonder if they're latched in. Okay, a little update. Things are going really well. Matt, are you up to a boil yet?
Not yet. I'm like 195.
Oh, geez, you're going to be here all day. You need to upgrade to 220.
198.
I have 23 minutes left. So if you guys have any questions about my home brewery, let me know. I can walk you through that while we're waiting. I've got one thing I haven't talked about yet is I have two fermentation chambers. If you haven't seen that video, I did a fermentation chamber build with, what's the company? Inkbird. A few years ago, they were doing a promotional thing, and I put together a video how I build fermentation chambers. Make sure to check that video out if you haven't already. That's another popular video on the channel. But early this morning, I turned both those chambers on, and it's at 32 degrees now. And the plan is I'm going to finish my boil. I'll pump all the wort into my fermenter. We'll knock it down a little bit with the cooling coil. 5 minutes. Whatever temperature it gets at 5 minutes. And then I'm just going to throw it right in the chamber and let it cool down while I'm out doing my golf trip, or my watch Braden play golf for a little while. But I'm thinking that's going to cool it down throughout the day. And I have my yeast. It's called White Labs. I'm going with German lager yeast. What was the guy at the homebrew store talking about the lager yeast? You were going to do the Southern California lager yeast? It's like a German what? Matt, what yeast were you originally going to use for yours? It was
Southern German.
Southern German. What was the characteristics of that?
It was a little bit fruitier.
Fruitier. Okay,
Yeah,
so
like sweeter.
so this one is probably the most popular lager yeast there is, based on what I read, and yeah, this I'm not doing a starter. I'm just doing a direct pitch right into my fermenter. But I'll let this come up to room temperature. And it's good till December 12th, 2025. So I think we're good there. I'll give you a lot of information on this lager yeast pack. Usually some yeast gives you like the attenuation and the flocculation. They give you all those characteristics right on the pack. This one doesn't come with that. It just says lager yeast. So yeah, so we'll throw it in there. You gonna throw yours in this one too, Matt? So you're gonna throw yours in there as well?
Yeah, I might as well. It depends if I can cool it down enough, I'll take it. I've got that other keg in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have room, I'll throw it here.
Okay.
At least for the next couple of days.
Okay. Oh, we still got a couple people on this live brew day hanging in there.
200.
200. All right, you know what? I'm going to show everybody the fermentation chamber.
Okay.
I'm going to put this gimbal to work and show everybody my other side of my garage.
Is it going to move all the way?
Yeah. I'll zoom in. See if that works. if this is going to work. You know what I'll do?
Here, I'm going to roll one over. Are they both plugged in?
Pull one out. That's good, right there. Just open the top. Here. Turn.
I'll bring it closer. Yeah.
That's good.
It's already cold.
Oh, well, I've been cooling it off. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this a little off camera because I don't have my wireless lav mic on today. But this is my fermentation chamber. This might be a little different than if you've seen my channel before. I built a collar on top of it, really, so I could put the fermenters and sit. Should have done a better job with this angle, but inside the Matt, could you demonstrate for me?
Sure thing. What do you need?
Pull the fermenter out. So there's two different levels if you've ever seen a freezer before. The fermenter I really have to jam it in the bottom. It touches all the sides a little bit. But what I wanted to do is use the shelf. There's a step shelf inside the fermenter that if you put the fermenter in, put it on that shelf, Matt, it sits right on the top shelf. And since it sits up a little higher, I had to build this collar on top. So I can easily take samples now without lifting the fermenter out. And you do have to lift the fermenter a little higher to get it in there. But overall, I think this has been a good mod to my fermentation chamber. Gosh, that's such a mouthful to say. But this has been a nice upgrade to my chambers. And I have two. I have this one that you see, and off to the left in the background is my other fermentation chamber. They're both identical. They have that Inkberg. What's that? Inkberg. I forget the serial number, but it's able to monitor the temperature of the fermentation chamber. And how it works is, if it gets too warm, it powers on the fermentation chamber, and once the temperature is reached, it has this. Matt, pull the temperature probe out for me. I actually stick that probe inside the fermenter itself, so it monitors the temperature of the fermenter. And if it gets too warm, that little Inkberg thing on the front there will kick on the freezer and cool off the fermenter, and it will turn off once it reaches a certain temperature. So it's just a really easy way to maintain temperatures of beer. But yeah, that's what I'll be using to not only maintain this temperature during fermentation, but I'm also going to use it to knock it down to pitching temperatures today. Anywho, that's a quick overview of the chamber that I'll be using. All right, quick update. 14 more minutes on my boil. And Matt, are you at boil yet?
No. I'm at 207. I'm getting there.
Dude, you need to upgrade. I'm getting done. See, my hangover from last night's going to be already cured, and I'll be drinking another beer at noontime while you're still brewing.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, let's get a picture of that for you. I pick that up again. Oh yeah,
Just right.
I can smell that from here.
Yeah.
It smells good.
All right, 208, getting there.
208. I have 12 minutes left on my boil.
Oh, I need my hops.
Oh, you know what?
So,
I didn't have the work block. Can you grab one for me? You know what? Why don't you go over what you're doing?
oh, I'm just gonna measure out a small amount of this.
Main headshot. What happened to my camera? Oh, my camera went away.
It's aim.
Oh, it's aiming. Moved on me. There we go. Gotta be careful of this thing. There. You know what?
There we go. All right, I've got Dunkel hops in. Yeah, that smells good. Let's see what this smells like.
Do you know this is the scale I actually boiled once?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. I boiled that scale and it still works.
Nice.
And the new one I bought doesn't work.
No.
No, look at this. It just stopped working. If you can figure out how to fix it, look, it doesn't do a scale.
You probably need to.
It has a little circle thing there.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't work.
Huh. This doesn't have a terrible amount of smell to it.
It says similar to Mittelfrühe. Didn't smell like mine. I mean, it's mild.
No, it's a little bit milder, but it's got higher alpha acids.
I had that Mittelfrühe. That doesn't matter.
No, I mean I like the smell. It's good. It's just not as intense.
Well,
It's more of a mild flower smell
this
than.
is that spalt. I can't smell that either. This has a more tangy smell to it.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. When we first started brewing, I just did not like the smell of hops. Now it's like awesome. It's a lot of hops. Did you have 3 ounces, a little over 3 ounces
Yeah.
of hops?
I had 3.52.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of hops to me, but
Nah, you're fine. This is about 3 ounces.
yeah, okay. Yep, I've never used these hops before. I guess we'll see. All right, now we just need a boil.
All right. All right, the most exciting part, the hop additions.
All right, I'm boiling.
All right, let's see it. Now, if I was shooting this video for just a video, I'd do a slow motion throw of
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
you're too far. You're invested now.
Yeah, it's over. We're done.
There you go. You do it. You do the honors.
I do like not cleaning mushy hops out of the bottom. But yeah, this boil is not a crazy boil.
Well, one person in the chat suggested just put your lid on halfway.
Yeah,
I think you're fine, Matt. I think that was just hot. The brains.
probably. I'm gonna actually here. Do this for a second.
I would just
get
leave
it
it
out.
like that. I mean, that's a really good comparison between the two. I mean, mine's a super rolling boil.
Yeah.
Yours isn't.
Damn, that's hot.
All right, I might be done.
Yeah.
6 minutes. Okay, quick update on this Brew Day Live. I have 6 minutes left in my boil. So once that's done, I'll start cooling down my wort, transfer it to my fermenter, and throw it in that fermentation chamber. And Matt just pitched his hops. So he has, what, an hour? You're doing a 60-minute boil?
Yeah.
Looks like you're having a little problem with your pump. What's going on?
Nothing. I'm just taking this off.
Oh, okay. But yeah, 5 minutes, I'll get that going. And then probably wrap the brew day up when I throw the fermenter in my fermentation chamber. Matt, you might need a little bit more time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here a little while.
Yeah, but we'll be on for another 30 minutes or so, and we're right on time. If you're just joining, I was trying to wrap this brew day up at 12:30.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 58 minutes.
So we're right on schedule. So that, if you're wondering how long it takes to brew on these systems, I started 3 hours and 17 minutes ago. So my brew day should be done in 3.5 hours. I think that's a record. Wouldn't you say it? That's pretty good.
Usually we're looking at 4 hours.
Yeah. So no sparging. I didn't do a sparge. I did a full volume mash. Just lifted that basket out. Oh, hold on. Technical difficulties. I'll be back.
What happened? I dropped my hop spider.
Hold on.
In. It's alright. I got it. Now I'm just gonna eat. Didn't I just say it's so nice not to have to clean hops out of the bottom of this? And I just dropped the whole thing in.
It'll be all right.
Oh well.
All right. As I was saying, I think this is a record brew day for me. I'm going to wrap up in 3.5 hours, which is awesome. I really think this is the quickest brew day I have ever had, Matt. 3.5 hours. Then
Been good.
maybe 20 minutes to clean later,
So far we didn't mess anything up. Or still
except for the hop spider. Yeah.
Except for me dropping
Except for the,
hops,
yeah.
I don't, you know what? It was just a big plug of hops and it floated up and I put the spider in and dropped it again. So I don't think I spilled too many of the hops.
I mean, worst thing. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
No,
Save a little
A
hops.
little bit of that brown goo.
Are you worried about that?
Not really.
Did you clean your pump?
Yeah.
You took it apart?
No. I just ran soapy water through it.
Eh. The yeast will eat through it if it was any.
It's boiling. Well, let's do like that. I'll go wash my hands.
All right, we have 4 people on the live stream. Awesome. Glad you guys could join me today. Now, we've had a consistent flow of viewers all morning, which is great. I appreciate the support and the chats in the chat field. If you guys have any questions, let me know as I'm wrapping up. I have 2 minutes left on the boil. Things have been going really smooth. Really looking forward to getting this fermented and trying it out. I would say around Thanksgiving, Christmas time, this will be done. So this is going to be a beer that I'm going to look forward to drinking during the holidays with friends and family. So give you a good shot of both the Anvils. Yeah, I've got to get Matt upgraded to 220. It's just, you can do 120, but the convenience and not only time saving, it's just the rolling boil you get with the 220 you just can't do on the 120. And we'll get them upgraded soon. Okay, I'm at 1 minute. 1 minute, I'll kick off the boil, start cooling down, and I guess I'll get my fermenter ready. Be right back. So here's the fermenter I'll be using today. I have a few of these. This is the Anvil 7.5 gallon fermenter. It's a really basic bucket fermenter, really like fermenting in a plastic bucket, but you get the benefit of stainless steel. And you also have a valve at the bottom so you can do some sampling and do transfers a little bit easier than a bucket. But I have a thermal well that I'll stick the sensor in to maintain the temperature in my fermentation chamber. And it's just a really basic bucket. There's a couple stamped markings inside. I'm really happy with how this has performed over the past few years. Here we go. Boil is done, so I'm going to go over and start cooling down the wort. And poor Matt is still not up to a boil.
No, I'm in boiler. I started boiling 5 minutes ago. It's not that sharp. 7 minutes ago, even better.
Amazing how the hops can stand with that.
Yeah. What do you got there?
It's
Big hockey puck. At least it's still inside.
true. That grain's in there too.
Yeah.
That was smart. I would have got cooling quill. Do you mind grabbing that for me?
Mm-hmm. I guess I didn't need to bring my cooling coil over.
Nah, you can just use mine. One less thing to cool.
Yeah.
Stick it right in there. All right, we've got my Anvil's cooling down. Pro tip, if you can, get one of those whirlpool arms. What I'm doing right now is I'm circulating the wort through the arm, which is spinning the wort around the cooling coil in the Anvil. Just a really easy way to get the wort cooled down quickly. So I'm going to let this go for, we're a little ahead of, it's 12:30. I'll let this go for 10 minutes, get it knocked down to a temperature, and then I'll just throw it into this bucket fermenter. Matt, how you doing?
All of the hops came up along the side of this thing. I wonder if I should just scrape them down into the.
Yeah, push them back in there.
You got the stirrer.
Somewhere, yeah. All right.
Knock it down a little bit. Feels like it's almost stopped boiling. It boiled over, but there's got to be like just the right amount of lid to cover.
You see that?
What's that?
Am I below 5?
I can't see. Uh, 7.5, 7. Yes, you're a little bit below 5.
How much?
But like that much.
Good enough.
4.5, a little more than 4.5.
That's 4.5. Okay, man, that's a lot. So that means I needed more, like 7.5 gallons. Then
It's hot. And it's humid.
$147.
I have my thermo well and everything back in my house, so I'll have to grab that.
Which one do you want? The one on the left or the right? 126. Little bit of an update. I am down to 122 on my wort, and said I was going to try to shoot to 1230, so I'm going to stop cooling my wort down at 1240. Wherever it's at 1240, that's what I'm going with. I'll transfer to my fermenter and throw it in the fermentation chamber. Matt, how's your boil coming?
It's all right now. It's yeah, it's boiling a little bit better with the like a little crescent open.
Yeah.
There.
All right, cool. Here, you want to take these back? What I typically do with this Anvil system, when I'm down to temperature, I'll just take the whole whirlpool arm out of the the kettle, and stick it in the fermenter and just fill the fermenter up. And yeah, it's just really straightforward. Fill it up. Then what I typically do is fill the Anvil up with water and some cleaning solution and let it run through all the hoses again. It's a really easy cleanup. Okay, give it 5 more minutes. Let's go back over there and check out the kettle. You know what? It's probably not going to get to cold temperatures because it's so freaking hot out.
Yeah.
I bet you the groundwater is warm.
Yeah, well, it's got to be about 55 degrees.
You said
Yeah, about 55.
You know what? It's not down to pitching temperatures, but we are going to do a quick gravity reading. See where it's at. Do you have one of those? What are they called? Squeezers? Squeezers. The wires. Hit the top. What are they called? Pebbles. These guys.
Oh, pipettes.
Pipettes. You're the scientist.
Yeah, there you go. Bentley was in the garage today.
All right, we'll take our initial gravity reading here. I'm using, gosh, I can't remember. What is this called? I'm drawing a blank.
That is a
Refractometer. Totally drew a blank. If you've never used one of these before, you just put a little droplet of the wort on the refractometer, close it up. Now, it is, what is it, 90 degrees? Really should wait till it's like 70, but right now, 154.
So you're there. You want to be 158, right?
Well, I was shooting for 156, but remember I pushed up my grain bill thinking it's going to be less efficient with... This is perfect. I think anywhere between 1049 and 1056 is where you want to be with a Dunkel. So I'm right around 5% possibility. Cool. Yeah, so we're on track with the original gravity. Awesome. Okay, let's go transfer the wort into the fermenter. Make sure the valve's closed. How many times have we done that?
That is a much better way to fill that up.
How would you do it?
What's that?
How do you do it?
Just using the pump.
Work harder, and work smarter, not harder. You need to get one of these.
I do.
You need everything.
I'm just going to use yours today, though. That's fine.
I'll take it.
How did I do this last time?
I think you spilled it. But you just pinch it. There you go.
That's that. Well, here we go. I ended up with 4 gallons, 4.75 gallons of this Munich Dunkel. It took me 3 hours and 40 minutes on my system. I took it down to 95 degrees. Now I'm going to throw this in my fermentation chamber. There's a sensor on the fermentation chamber that'll stick inside. There's a temperature probe that goes inside this fermenter, and I'll set it at, I believe the pitching temperature of this yeast is, it's going to be around 70 degrees, but I'll get that exact number when I look it up on my phone. But I'll get this down to pitching temperatures, and I'll throw in this White Labs German lager yeast, and we'll ferment this for a few weeks and lager it for a few months and then taste it. All right, let's go put this in the fermenter. I'll show you how I do that. Let's get this camera over here. That's good.
Open it and do it.
All right, what I did is I threw the fermenter in the fermentation chamber. I set it at 70 degrees. So it should take a couple hours to bring it down to pitching temperatures. I'll throw in the yeast, and let this ferment away. So a quick recap of today. I successfully brewed a Munich Dunkel. Matt's still working on his. Matt, how much longer do you have on your Dunkel?
28 minutes.
That's it? All right, 28 minutes. That's not too bad.
No.
All right, Matt's at 28 minutes left on the boil. He's got a bring his temperature down to pitching temperatures. And you still need to take your original gravity. I'm curious to see what your original gravity is going to be. But we hit all our temperatures today for my Munich Dunkel. I hit my original gravity. It came in at 1054. So we're right in that range where I want it to be. And I tried out two new things to my process. I did a full volume mash. I actually really liked doing this, cutting out sparging. I know sparging is more efficient, but it literally, what do you say, Matt? Cut out 25 minutes easily? 25 minutes of the brew day. Not that I want to cut out that, but if you're looking to quicken up your brew day, that might be something you might want to look into. And I also did a step mash. We just stepped the mash up to create that more complex mash, and probably helped in my efficiency as well for the full volume mash. I had I appreciate everybody jumping on and contributing to the chat. I want to take a minute and call out, hey, Blackwood Brews, hey, thanks for jumping on. It looks like you were jumping in and out of your job this Saturday. I appreciate you tuning in. Bruce, thanks for those ideas. That was a lot of great feedback you gave me for future videos, and also contributing all day. It looks like you were on for quite some time. Much appreciated. And then Bill, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate the engagement in the chat and taking time out of your day to join the live brew day. Brewing Bad, hey man, thanks for all those comments as well. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out, and watching the live chat. Todd Porter, I think it's the first time we've talked. Maybe we talked in the live brew day last time, but hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out this brew day. And let's see, Bruce, yeah, love all the feedback, Bruce. I want to make sure I get it. Gnome, thanks for checking in and jumping in earlier today. I appreciate you checking out the live stream. David Rokeley, hey man, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I think that covers. If I missed you, I apologize, but I just want to call out everybody who took the time to not only watch the live brew day, but also give me some solid feedback as well, and also make it a fun experience. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Anywho, see we have a couple people still on. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this brew day. Matt still got a little time left. I have to head out. I don't know if you were around earlier. My son has a tournament today. I didn't want to make sure I get out there and check it out. But thanks again for stopping by. I will post this live stream in my channel. If you want to check it out, skim through it. I know 3.5 hours is a lot of video to watch, but feel free to check it out and zoom in on the parts of the brew day that interest you. And if you have any more comments, post them in the chat. And if you haven't, make sure you click that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up on this video. Much appreciated. Anywho, see you next time. Happy brewing. Happy brewing. Do you want to come say goodbye? No. All right. Well, no, I do have to head out of here. I see there's 3 people still on the chat. So if you hit me up in the chat if you have any questions or feedback. But I do have to run. I hate leaving while there's still people on the feed. But I do have to take off and, again, check out my son's golf game. But I'll catch you guys later. Talk to you later.
Watermelon and whatever else.
Yeah, they starting.
He's all off just